Hello everybody and welcome back to the Epic Frodo YouTube channel. My name is Will and today I'm joined by Jack.
Hola.
Kent. And Sam.
Hello.
And today we're doing a commentary for the Phantom Menace. So if you want to sing along, if you want to sync along with your coffee at home, put your timestamp to 0 and press play. When I say go, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go.
So Sam, I have a request for you.
Yeah.
Can you read the crawl as Bill Clinton?
Read the what, sorry?
The opening crawl as Bill Clinton.
As Bill Clinton? Why Bill Clinton?
So I heard you do a Bill Clinton voice once, and it sounded pretty accurate. So I thought, let's get Sam to read the opening crawl as Bill Clinton.
I'll try, but I don't know how it will sound on the...
Okay, if you can't do it, just say I'll stop now. Then.
All right. A long time ago in the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars, I think.
A little bit of a pause here.
A bit of a pause. Episode 1. The Phantom Menace.
Stop. No, get off my headset.
Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. Hallbag. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, guardians of peace and justice in the whole United States, to settle the conflict.
Ray.
How's that?
I'll give you a.
Sounds nasally. Jesus Christ.
good?
Has he got a cold?
That's Bill Clinton in the middle of winter.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how good it sounds over.
You sound.
this.
If you said that was Bill Clinton, I'd be like, yeah, that was Bill Clinton. Yeah, so well done, Sam.
dang.
More next week, where I ask you to do Ronald
More
Reagan.
next week.
Where more presidents read the opening crawl of Star Wars.
Oh, dang,
So
here we
to
go.
start off,
Here's the trade.
we don't have to do the full thing. It's Bill Clinton, Sam.
That level. It's gone full method.
Yeah. So
Mr. President. Yes, sir.
if you're a kid watching this, and you read that opening crawl, you're like, what?
The President of the United States is here, Supreme Chancellor.
Like, it's a very unusual story to open up with a story of trade routes in a Star Wars film. Like, you're opening up this whole new story, and you start off with blockades and trade routes.
It's capitalism, baby.
Like, because I remember seeing this as a kid and had no idea what was going on.
So CGI, this film.
It's our first look at the droids.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the droids,
Introduction.
What an introduction.
first introduction of Obi-Wan
Droid.
and Qui-Gon. I'd say Obi-Wan's the best thing about these films. Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I think so.
But it's a shame because, like, in this one, he does nothing. He just sits on the ship and complains and moans.
Oh, it's Ewan McGregor and David Seaman.
Ewan. Ewan.
David Seaman. He does look like David Seaman.
Yes.
But what did you guys think of this film when you first watched it? When you were
Do you reckon,
young?
Ken?
I can't remember what.
How old would you have been when you
First
saw
one.
this?
Remember watching
I
it when I was
remember,
about
actually.
8 or 9, yeah.
That's
I did
quite
watch
late.
it when it first
Yeah.
came. Yeah, it wasn't like at the time. It just came out in what, 99?
So you watched this just
2000?
before the third one came out then?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You, Jack?
I can't actually remember when I saw this. I remember, like, I didn't understand any of this first bit. Like, I was just like, this is really boring. Like, where's the lightsabers?
Yeah, that's what I remember being a kid. It was like, I like these ones just because of the lightsaber fights. But I watched this one when I was like...
Are you
4.
blended?
So these are obviously the incredibly offensive Nemoidians who are meant to be like Japanese traders.
Stop. Stop, Ken. When did you first watch this, Ken? Well,
Nothing.
How did that
scene.
droid know that they were Jedi?
That's the thing, yeah. The droids, like, the ambassadors seem to be Jedi Knights, and it's like, how do you know? Because, like, they're wearing robes. Everyone wears robes. They're wearing robes. He's wearing a robe.
Yeah.
Look at him. I want that outfit.
Which
The
one?
red one.
The red one.
The
Yeah.
red one, easy.
So now they're like.
Blockade is finished.
So now they're like to the Emperor. Oh, they're Jedi Knights. He's like, kill them. And he's like, how do you know they're Jedi? Just because the robot told you they're on now, kill them. They could literally be just like anyone.
Yeah. My lord, is that legal?
Be prepared for a lot of Nemoidian talk.
And the Jedi.
I first saw this film when I was 3, so I was quite young.
Immediately.
Do you remember being free?
Well, I remember it was like it was on TV at Christmas. I was like 3 or 4, and my mum was like, "Oh yes, Star Wars is about to go on. Watch it." And then I was about to watch it, and then my cousin turned up, and I wasn't able to watch it.
So those two in that ship were the first people to die in this whole sorry saga that is Star Wars.
I think it was the audience when they read the crawl, but
destroy what's left of them. I'm coming to get stabbed in the face.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, he's been blazing up in there, 420.
Check it out, Corporal.
Oh, there you go.
So it's the first. It's your first lightsaber fight, and you just
Oh,
got the main.
I love that way he's looking forward. Don't care. Just like...
Oh, you missed your person, Jack.
Did she say it?
No, it's in a minute, but she missed her first line.
Yeah, not yet.
You gotta wait till she says it.
Kent will do it with me. He'll probably jump away.
There she is.
Oh, look at her.
What's wrong
Look
with
at
that
that one on
face?
the right. Look at that one on the left. Just complete. Did you see it? Just like.
What are they even doing? Oh, is he
Oh,
meditating?
look at it
Oh, look at spin of Obi-Wan.
That solo one. Do you want to take him on?
They're breaking through.
Oh, they're freaking through. Close the blast doors.
It's just so. It is like.
That one there.
Where did he come from?
They're
He's
breaking
gone
through.
balls deep into that door. You see that?
Are they your,
This is impossible.
are they your favourite characters, Jack? Than the Mordians?
Where are the droidekas?
So in this bit, when they fight these people, they like do like a really weird force run.
Yeah.
Masters and Tifa.
That's Mike Pence. That's Trump. See that jump? They just like ran away.
That's Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Oh, look at that. There's no match for droidekas. So they got up the ventilation shaft.
How did she know that as well?
She's got cameras.
But they use that speed run. They never use it again. Like that'll come in really handy at the end of the film when it's just Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul and Obi-Wan's like legging it down the thing. It's just a usual speed run.
I probably shouldn't have done that.
Perhaps it's like on the video games where you
got to save up your energy bar.
Yeah, the energy bar's just been depleted for the whole film.
So in this bit, he says split up and we'll meet down the planet. They both land on the planet at different points. Like, imagine if you did that on Earth. One of you landed in like the UK, the other one landed in Australia. That's what that could have happened for their plan.
Yeah.
But they just so happened to land in the same spot.
We got a young Natalie Portman here.
Or is it Keira Knightley? Because
I think that's Portman at this point because they do it when they switch, don't they? There's no you
Portman.
can tell.
Oh yeah, you can tell. Portman. The art
I don't know
design.
if it's the character, but it's just so blunt the way.
Well, there's a
character talks. It's just
most of the prequel like criticisms. Have you heard of a channel called Red Letter Media?
Probably.
They've done like these hour-long reviews on each of these films, and they're incredible. They're like so funny. And then they do this part where they say, "Okay, describe Han Solo. Both of you, describe him as a character. Describe his character."
Sort of like carefree, cocky.
Adventurous. Yeah. Okay, now describe Queen Amidala. Exactly.
Exactly. Deadpan, no emotion.
Yep.
Goth girl, ego.
Palpatine look thick in this bit. Look.
Oh no, he's gonna go dummy thick in a minute. Oh shit, nut.
So what do you think they do to her voice? They like mix it with Keira Knightley's when she's like Senator Palpatine.
I don't know.
That guy's in Holby City now.
I know.
Oh, is that him? I
He's
thought
also
I
in-
recognised
We need
him.
to watch it. He's also in Clive Barker's Nightbreed, which is a really good horror film as well.
Of
Oh,
course
and of
he is.
course that's gone over Sam's head. What's a horror film?
Yeah. What's a film?
Yeah, what?
Our security volunteers will be no match.
She's always talking about
her voice.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
always talking about her
sorry.
people, but you never see her people.
My people.
Nah.
But
Yeah.
they're there.
And there's this blockade around their thing. It's like it only lasts 2 days, and it's like my people are dying. Where it's like they can't survive 2 days.
My people have died. Yeah, her voice is really weird. I don't know what she does to it there.
Just like Buffalo
It
Bill.
is just like no emotion. I bet she just practiced
Yeah.
that, looking in the mirror like for days. Like, I love no one.
And it doesn't make any sense. Their system. It's like she's a queen, but she's elected, and she's like 14.
Yeah,
It's like who
can't win that.
who came up with that idea?
Clearly a more enlightened planet than ours.
There they are. They're back again.
I love how this technology looks more primitive than the ones we've got today.
I know, bro.
That's the point. It's meant to be like rusty, but there's in the original Star Wars, it's like all hodgepodge technology, isn't it? Whereas in this one, it's all pristine and clean.
Creatures
Oh,
snorting.
there he is.
Oh, there he is.
So what do you all think of Jar Jar?
Lisa.
I thought I quite liked
Oh,
it.
look at that! Oh, that daddy position, Brazza. Did you see that? He's like holding on like cattle riding.
Jack, I'm going to have to kick you from the Discord. We're trying to have an enlightened chat about the Jar Jar Binks here.
I can't take him seriously.
So Sam said he liked him.
Yeah, I thought
Really?
it was. I remember you used to get these little chocolate things which had Jar Jar Binks on them. They were like biscuits,
I spec.
but with chocolate on. And,
Biscuits with... Oh my god.
it's like a digestive biscuit with like chocolate thing on the top, and you could get it in, and they had Jar Jar's face on them.
And that's why you like Jar Jar Binks, because he gave you chocolate.
I just remember.
Sam's a simple man.
He is. I
Isn't he?
remember,
Very simply pleased.
I remember thinking it was okay when I was younger, and when it came to episode 3, I used to think, why is he not in it? And I used to generally think, what happened to Jar Jar? Like,
Yeah.
what's happened to him?
Squeeze me.
Yeah. Excuse me? I spec.
There's some real like stereotyping going on.
Is in this film in general. There's you got Watto and the Nemoidians. You got Jar Jar.
This is proper cancel culture, this kind of film.
You got to feel sorry for Ahmed Best, who plays Jar Jar. You know, it's not his fault. This is all George Lucas's idea to make this crazy character. But he's back now in Star Wars. Ahmed Best, the guy who plays Jar Jar. He's doing a kids show, like do you remember Temple Jungle Run? Do you remember that show on like CITV? He's doing like a Star Wars version of that on Disney Plus. So it's good that he's like back, actually doing something that he's good at. He seems like a nice guy. But do you know who George Lucas wanted to play Jar Jar? Like genuinely wanted to play Jar Jar?
No.
Michael Jackson.
Will Smith.
Really?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
In my Gungan tree, Shimona.
Tom Daly. Gold.
Yeah, I'll give that a 9.5.
I do want to say on the record, I do like these films. Like, even though they have a lot of flaws, they have a big part of my childhood, and they always have a place in my heart. Because I feel like I'm of that generation where I grew up with these as Star Wars.
Yeah.
And all the people were like, oh, the prequels are rubbish. George Lucas ruined my childhood. They're the ones who grew up with the original trilogies as their Star Wars films. Whereas we grew up with these as our Star Wars films.
Yeah.
And we didn't realise they were bad until... So I always loved these films, and then when I was like 18, I watched those Red Letter Media reviews of the films, and I remember realising, oh yeah, they are actually really bad.
Why? What's bad about this film?
There's no story. Like, who's the main character?
This is the worst one out of the 3, I think.
No, I think number 2 is the worst one.
Really? I quite like number 2.
Because in this one, there's like
Well,
actual
Jar
practical
Jar's the main
models.
character.
Jar Jar's the main...
Jar's the main... He's a
Yeah.
Sith Lord.
Right, I didn't see any chocolate biscuits with Obi-Wan's head on, did I?
I'm pretty sure there was.
I think there was-
I put it to you, good sir, that the only
I think
ones
there
I
was.
saw were Jar Jar Binks' heads on. Or it might have been Captain Tarples, I don't know.
Captain. Well, do you think this guy's the main character?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but generally, who is the main character?
You son big doodle.
What else is bad? The dialogue is bad. The story is bad. It's just,
Yeah.
there's a lot of plot holes.
I think. Oh, actually, it's hard to say who the main character is. Actually, you're
it
right.
should be Obi-Wan.
I
These
think
three
it might
films.
be Anakin, maybe a little
Yeah, but
bit.
you don't meet
They're
him until like an
trying-
hour into the film,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't do anything at the end apart from blow up the thing.
They look like penguins next to him.
Yeah, that's the thing, because Boss Nass looks like a frog, and the other ones are like rabbits.
Yeah, look, penguins.
That's Brian Blessed, that is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Because I kind of wish I was around to, because we knew the hype when The Force Awakens came out, and I've heard the Phantom Menace was like even crazier. Just the hype for this film.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because it came out, but we didn't really like know like the full hype.
I would have
of
been
our
2
age as well.
I was 2 when this
Yeah,
film came out.
it's
2, blimey.
So Qui-Gon's just using his mind abilities willy-nilly. Like, that's a bit careless, don't
Yeah.
you think? He's abusing his powers, essentially, there.
yeah, he's a bit of a rebel, isn't he?
That's the thing, they bring him up as this rebel, but it should be... And Obi-Wan's like this moany, careful one. It should be the other way around. Qui-Gon should be the careful, wise one, and Obi-Wan should be the young, reckless one who likes to take chances. And it should be Obi-Wan who finds Anakin. Because
I kind of made a mistake with that.
Qui-Gon's like trained the boy, and the only reason why Obi-Wan does it is because Qui-Gon tells him to.
Yeah.
You say Obi-Wan's the boy.
So
You
Anakin's
bring
the
me
boy.
You bring me the boy.
Yeah, we can be. Bring me the boy. We can be together.
Samuel.
But yeah, I do like these films. Although looking back on it, I did used to just fast forward to the end.
Yeah, that is just
There's a
That's
edit.
the best fight scene in the film. I do not care about any of the films.
all 9,
All of
50,
them.
whatever they are.
Ray
now.
Park is just unreal.
I think he's from where I live.
What, Darth Maul?
Is it?
Yeah, don't say where I live, Sam.
I'm not.
He like walks around, not around here, but he used to live around here. He is Ray Park. He's got a lot of Comic Cons, isn't he, and a lot of conventions.
Yeah. He's at the one. I think he was at one of them. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was. He was supposed to be there, but he wasn't.
Does a lot of conventions and stuff.
Says he's from Glasgow.
Yeah, he's Scottish, but he probably lives around London. Do you know who else is actually from where I live?
KSI.
No. KSI. He's from Watford, which isn't far, but Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum, is literally from the town
amazing.
I live in.
Love that.
Yeah. I'll tell my Andy Serkis story when we do Lord of the Rings.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
There's always a bigger fish. The reason why I like this one, I think, is more than the second one, is it looks more like a film. Sorry, listen, Sam's just eating some pork crunchings. The noisiest of foods. Again, trying to like do it casually. Trying to eat casually.
growling. I love that.
Big goober fish. I was going to say I got distracted by Sam's pork scratchings. It's always a bigger fish. So all that moment was just leading up to that well-known line.
That's not a fish, that's a reptilian.
So the reason why I like this one more than the second one is this one actually looks like a film, whereas the second one just looks like a cutscene from a 2004 video game.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's so green screeny, the second one. This one actually has practical sets, miniatures, although
Yeah, I'll give you that.
as the prequels went on, more and more miniatures were used, they were just clogged with CGI.
My favourite characters, Count Dooku.
Yeah, he is
Darth Tyrannus. My boy.
Master Kenobi, you disappoint me.
Surely you could do better.
My favourite character are the Camino cloners.
Why?
I don't know.
Some cloners out in Camino.
They're pretty cool, I guess.
They are like ethereal, angelic beings, aren't they?
Mm.
So they say they have to go through the planet core. Surely that's just like molten lava.
Yeah.
That smells stinker whiff.
Christ, George Lucas is sitting there writing this like, oh god, this
I may have gone too far. So what do you think of the
I'm-
Darth Jar Jar theory? Are you guys fans of Darth Jar Jar?
I definitely think so.
Do you know what that is?
That's
Yeah,
ancient
I've seen
script
it, yeah.
writing. That's ancient Sith writing in his skin. See that?
So that's why he's so in this first film. Because I didn't know what the validity behind it is, but the plan is that Jar Jar was going to be revealed to be the ultimate Sith Lord. Which it makes you. It does explain why he's just in it so much.
Maybe there was a plan. Maybe there wasn't.
Unless he's just a comic relief to be like in a
It
kids
was- I
film.
thought
He
it was a
definitely
comic-
is. He was
comic relief.
original for this one. He's comic relief. I cannot believe to myself that George Lucas had a plan for him to be the ultimate Sith Lord after this film. I don't think he could do that.
I mean, everyone's always says, "Oh, Jar Jar looks so bad in CGI." This is the first time watching it in HD for me because I always just watch it on DVD and video, and yeah, he doesn't look that good.
He does look good, did you say?
See, look at this.
He looks good.
No, he doesn't look good. Like, there's a thing. I think it's Rick McCallum or something. He's like the producer. He's like, every scene is so dense, and it's just like, but that's not good. That's not good.
Oh, love this map on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
The new one or the old one?
Oh, look at those anal beads at the bottom.
That's a good thing about these
Literally
films.
was.
The art is so good in this, and the costumes are amazing.
Look at that
I
CGI.
know.
That green screen.
It is just
Ah,
green.
victory! Oh, I love them.
But have you ever seen? You don't know who Alex Jones is, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever seen him
of
talk
course.
about the plot for these films?
Yes,
It's
yes,
really
it's
like
so good.
on paper, it's an incredible story of how one man created all of this turmoil and became emperor. But it's just
Yeah.
for a kids film,
Of course,
it's
he
just
brings
so
the Chinese
complicated.
into it though so much throughout that.
It's just so complicated. So that's Keira Knightley there, isn't it?
Yep.
It's so obvious when you notice it.
I just saw the way they're walking alongside. Look at them.
What the Nemoidians or the droids?
The Nemoidians.
She can just smile, couldn't she?
Look at the one at the back. Look at her. He's like, I am going to torture you.
I like the guy, her mate. What's his name again? On next to him, the old man with the balding hair, but keeping it long to maintain his youth.
I don't know. Let's call him Daddy for the purpose of this video.
Look at that. Some incredible
She's-
CGI.
You still haven't seen her people. It's like you don't care.
People.
And the battle droids are just like, you know, the Jedi can just cut them down. There's 8 of them
Yeah.
with them, and so there's no stakes. You just know they're going to get them out.
Don't know, it might be a loose round or something that might,
A loose round.
From a
yeah,
robot.
might clip.
See, look at
Look at
this.
look at those droids dumpers. Look at them.
See, how cool would that scene be if Jar Jar didn't like just stack it out of the window? You had like the
Oh,
Jedi
no.
jump down, rescue everyone. Oh, look at that! See that
Oh.
holster? That's Red Dead. Tap the L1 button.
Oh, this is brutal. Decapitation of those poor people.
I think the battle droids perfectly sum up. Like George Lucas is amazing for ideas. Like his ideas are amazing, but like having a Trade Federation employ cheap, mass-produced battle droids is a really good idea. But
Yeah.
the fact that they just get wiped out so easily just brings no stakes. Like, I think it's a good idea, but it's just not.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work because then the Jedi it's just too easy.
I keep thinking of Holby City now whenever you said that.
Yeah.
You know, the dun dun, the music to it. Just think of it like
don't know
push
how the-
Epi, stat.
Boom, boom.
Don't sing the theme song, otherwise we'll get
Oh, all right.
demonetized. Even though we can't be monetized yet. You know what I mean? You can get copyright claim for singing the theme song
Look
for
at
things.
Sam's face. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
There's
Hamburgers.
Has he got a bud?
I thought that as well. It's got a San Pellegrino.
Oh, sir, Sam Pellegrino. Sparkling
Sam's
water.
on the tinnies.
So there she is. There's the real queen.
Yep.
How old were these people when they made this?
About 18, 19.
Yeah.
What? Really? I thought she was a little
Well,
bit younger than
I
that.
think they're a bit younger
I
than
think
that.
Natalie
Yeah.
Portman was
15,
quite
14
young.
maybe.
She was 14 in what's that other film?
I thought she was
did
12 when
This
she was
really
Leon.
good one.
Leon.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, look
I
at
love
this.
how
So
these
easy.
droids just don't
I
ban.
think she's 14 in this. 14,
Yeah,
15
I
years
think
old.
that as
No way
well.
she's 18, 19.
Because Jake Lloyd's like 9, and they're meant to be like almost similar ages. 5 years difference, I reckon. You're under arrest.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that. That would hurt his feet though, wouldn't it? Because they're like metal.
oh, that spin.
So look at just how easy they are to cut down. So that's all you see of the Naboo's people that she wants to save.
That's it.
Some pilots.
My people.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're all conscripted.
Well, all
I
up,
mean,
the entire
who's that guy
population.
shooting that?
The entire population are conscripted into the Air Force.
The Air Force.
The Space Force.
Look at that one just walking. See that?
Yeah.
Me after leg day.
And here's the bit with the blockade. It's like we have to go through the blockade. It's like just go up. They literally go through it. Like it's a planet. Go up.
You see Jar Jar getting in his face then? He's like proper flexing over him. Like, what?
He is a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Misa run this ship. Oh, he's just there like...
See, look, they're going straight for the blockade. Go up.
Just like, let's go.
Look, you know, just
Test
go
his
up.
piloting skills.
Yeah, he's like, come on, this is where the fun begins.
He's that pilot, you know, that his, what's it called, his girlfriend broke up with him and he was just like, I can't be arsed
yeah.
with this. He's just there, I've got nothing to live for.
Oh, that's horrible. That. So R2 happened to be on this ship. What do you think of that? I love how it's R2.
Good
Qui-Gon just, he's a bit evil in this Qui-Gon, and you see his face there when they said that, he was just there like, good.
Good. So just plug that into there. There we go. It's fixed. That little asteroid droid did it.
Me trying to fix my router.
Power's back.
Qui-Gon was like, oh, I wanted to see another one get blasted. See, why is it that she's flying right over it? Just go around it. So do you find it all a bit convenient how everyone just happens to be... Like, you have this huge galaxy and everyone just happens to be in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like R2 happens to be on this ship. I wouldn't mind if it was just R2 and C-3PO were on this ship. They're like property of the Queen or something.
Controlled by the Federation.
So there's this edit on YouTube of how the prequels, like, it's been edited down. It's like the anti-cheese version. There's like no Jar Jar in it. It just cuts it down. But there's also one where it ends with it starts with Qui-Gon dying. That's how much of the film they cut.
That is brilliant, that version.
That's all
it's
you
just
need.
Duel of Fates.
So where would you guys start the prequels if you had to do it?
I'd have started it long before this, like the very.
Oh, here he
There
is.
he is.
First look.
Do you mind? I'm speaking.
We'll go back to Darth Maul, actually. I've got a lot to say.
I've forgotten now.
You're about to starting the prequels. Where would you start?
Like long before.
Well, like the Old
this
Republic.
movie. Yeah.
But that could be a whole thing on its own. The whole point of the prequels is to tell Anakin's story.
Yeah. I guess take it back in the Skywalker line, like somewhere.
I'd like to see like the Old Republic. You see like Darth Magnus, you know him. Like, I really want to see it like that.
It sounds like a Viking.
Have you not seen Darth Magnus? He's the one with like he looks like Vader, but he's got the top helmet. Obviously, he's bald.
He's
I'd like to see like back then. Yeah, really, really powerful. Like when the Sith were really like prevalent and they were everywhere. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I don't know why they're not doing that.
We need to take it back to Adjunta Pal.
Sounds on Wikipedia. I'd start it with number 2, as in Anakin and Obi-Wan are already friends. They're just Jedis. Like, you don't need to see him when he's found on anything. Like, just having... And I have this idea that why are the Jedis not allowed to get married? It never says that in...
Well, I guess they're supposed to be like monks, aren't they?
But think about like
they do
I think so, yeah.
But at the same time, it will bring so much because it makes them unhuman almost. They're like, just like these emotionless creatures, just dedicated to being Jedi.
Well,
and you just have no empathy.
That's what you define as humanity.
Oh, here we go. Get the monk. No, but imagine how impactful Order 66 would be if, like, I don't know, Obi-Wan had a family and all his family was killed by Anakin.
Yeah.
And Anakin's family weren't killed. They were saved because he joined Palpatine or something. Like,
Yeah, I know what you
but
mean.
or Anakin's family also died, but Anakin fell to the dark side for it, and Obi-Wan didn't. Like, it would bring so much more tragedy to the whole Obi-Wan Anakin storyline, because in number 4 he's talking about how they were such great friends, but you don't see that really.
Yeah.
Because he's always like, oh, only in your mind, my very young apprentice, and it's like, why are you just belittling him all the time?
Yeah.
What do you think of that ponytail and the little rat tail dangling
I
behind
like
his ear?
that.
I think a lot
It's
of
like,
kids had that.
it's like every boy nowadays, like with a top knot, you know, like barely any hair, just pulling it back like that and having a top knot.
Meet me outside McDonald's haircut, that curly,
It is,
the perm.
Yeah.
That guy clearly hasn't come dressed for the occasion.
All in leather, he'd be roasting.
He's got surgical gowns under there.
In the final battle, we're just like doing CPR on loads of people in the back.
We're losing them. Jar Jar's there. Misa, let me die.
Misa free. What do you think of...
Seeing the light. Misa dead.
What about Return of the Jedi at the end with the special edition? They have like a scene of Naboo when everyone's celebrating the Emperor dying. You just hear a voice, you generally hear a voice in the back going, "We are free." It's just like he really couldn't help himself, could he?
No.
Oh, this is the part
really
where
couldn't.
Jar Jar steps on some poo. So here we go.
Oh.
Look at the size of that.
Icky goo.
Ooh.
Do you find it funny that he stepped in the poopy?
Yes. Oh God, you can tell just George.
Just make him
I
step.
may have gone too far.
Make him step in the poopy.
But
like
George,
yeah.
make him. Make
him step in the poopy.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I'm a Italian.
You got a pizza going over here, over there.
Oh God.
I like how it says speaking Huttese on my.
Yeah.
My if that's a language.
Speaking basic.
But then when Jake Lloyd, do you only speak Galactic Basic?
He said speaking basic.
Yeah, Galactic Basic is the universal. It's the English of the galaxy. Mi casa su pasa.
Let me take me out back. Oh.
You gotta feel sorry for Jake Lloyd though, the kid, because he was literally just he had more hate than Jar Jar, and he's like 8, and it's just like ruined his.
Well, ruined his life, didn't it?
Yeah, I know. It went a bit down.
It's quite tragic, really.
Yeah, I think he just wants nothing to do with this now.
Are you an angel?
I think I'm a person, and my name's Anakin.
You're a funny little boy. I want you.
In about 10 years' time, we're going to get married. See, this is weird. They shouldn't introduce each other when they're like this age. They should both be like 18.
I don't like this. I do not like this.
I do like how a lot of them still had their careers afterwards, though. Like, Natalie Portman went on to do things. Liam Neeson was already established. Ewan McGregor, thank God, this didn't ruin his career. Didn't he do Train Spotting before this?
Yeah.
Imagine going from Train Spotting to this.
Yeah, I know. Swimming through the toilet.
Yeah.
Heroin. And then just...
Go be the heroin junkie is all we want.
Master, battle droids.
Sam, do you want to stick your sync light on quickly?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Q.
So, if you imagine Liam Neeson filming this scene, it should have just been him walking down nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, walking through that, but with nothing next to him.
Yeah, just literally walking down like Farnborough Tip, like it literally is. That's it. He needs to shave.
He does. He's got these little stubbles on his chin, doesn't he?
Yeah.
They want. See, and now Qui-Gon's using his mind tricks again to try and get his own way. I mean,
Amazing.
you only
We
see,
won't make a...
yeah. It's like, okay, fine. In that case, then I'll just go to a different trader. There's so much he could do. So he has to get the part. He has to go through this long, convoluted story of him going pod racing.
Yeah.
Instead, he can just steal the part if Qui-Gon's happily uses mind tricks on him.
But this is what they call the like forcey things, which
mind tricks.
Which are what they midichlorians.
Midichlorians.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Things.
We'll get to the midichlorians.
That's what it's doing. Whoever the Star Wars god is like, yeah, come on.
So with Jake Lloyd, there's a little unfortunate story about him where he was like, I don't know, grown up, 18, 19, and he was with a lady, and she realised who he was and just left.
Really?
Yeah. Yippee.
How did she not know? Was she not?
Was his pickup line? Did he literally look at her and go, "Are you an angel?"
And he went, "Now this is pod racing." So this is get used to Obi-Wan on the ship because he's going to be there for a long time.
He's talking about the Queen's wardrobe. What's he doing? Going for her knickers? What's he doing? He's
sell it for parts.
I found the Queen's wardrobe.
Obi-Wan, put it back. Not again.
Just want to smell it.
But yeah, instead of like doing this whole pod racing thing, they could just go to a different trader and like he can use his mind tricks and get actual, not Republican credits, get their Hutties money, whatever it is.
The Hotties money.
Yeah.
Oh,
you when I want go.
The Hutties.
There you go. It's so much better with practical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything just looks better.
Chupa.
Uh-oh.
Si Boba.
There you go. Boba.
Because they
Boba Fett.
He's tiny, that guy. You could break his leg easy. Look at the size of him. You could just snap that in half.
I love how it's aliens speaking in Hutties.
He's built like Sam.
Jabba Jabba.
I'd love to be an extra in this. Look how wacky they're all. That's what I mean. The practical effects, the costume design is so good on all of them. Like Maul looks fantastic. Like it's disappointing, as you said. I do agree with you actually thinking that the second one was so heavily on CG. Look at all the background extras.
Because all the clones are CGI. They're not real. Even in the third one, when you see them without their helmets on, it's just their head put on a body.
Yeah, I know.
And it just looks so wonky.
So simple just to do that armour, you know what I mean? It looks so good if it was practical as well.
Well, George wanted to make Hayden and Darth Vader's suit CGI. He wanted to do a CGI Darth Vader.
More Jar Jar, more Jar Jar.
More poopy. What are you going to say, Sam?
The acting, this isn't actually that bad, apart from whoever the Queen is.
Oh, Qui-Gon doesn't. Liam Neeson's wasted in this. And who's this woman? Okay, yeah, this woman there. He's just like, oh, my bones are aching.
He saw his package then.
Who's this woman?
Storm's coming up, Penny. Storm's coming up, Penny.
Who is she?
Babadook.
It's an incredibly jarring character.
She was that old lady in the Halloween in the car.
Oh.
The one which was Michael Myers.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
See, these are so good, these sets.
Brilliant.
But again, there's one thing I noticed with Star Wars, everything seems to revolve around Tatooine.
Yeah.
It's filmed in Iraq.
I think this was filmed in Tunisia.
Tunisia,
yeah. They had to abandon the sets because ISIL were getting close. Not during the filming, in about whenever ISIL were a big threat. They
2014.
Yeah, they tour because they do a lot of tourism of people coming to see this, and the local economy would have been affected because either ISIL will get here first, or the desert will take it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about this?
There he is.
That's one of those things in the back of this game you throw when you catch it in the stick.
Yeah, chuck the ball.
Yeah.
Isn't he in every single one? He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
C-3PO.
Anthony Daniels.
I thought you meant Anakin then.
No.
Yeah. Wait, isn't he the only character that's in every single one? I believe it is, isn't it?
I think he is, yeah.
And R2.
And R2. But did Kenny Baker die before the last one came out?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
Anthony Daniels is like, he's quite a pretentious person. He's like, C-3PO is the greatest character ever to have lived, and But what do you think about Anakin making C-3PO?
It's very talented.
No, but I don't mean like literally. Sam. I mean, what do you mean? Is it like a story item? And like why?
I can't take Sam seriously sometimes. It's just like, oh God, I can't even explain it.
You know what I meant, Jack, didn't you?
You state yes. I don't believe it. Well, he's obviously he's talented in this, you know.
That's my point.
Yeah, I know, but the way you said it, so it just come across just
Very
like,
talented.
We made the actor do it.
What I meant was, it's like why is that Anakin?
What?
Because
I think it's
gone.
It's to demonstrate like his I'd say his power, but
I know.
It's to demonstrate how skilled he is, especially at his age, and how intelligent he is.
But why did they have to use C-3PO? The pod racer does that just fine.
It's just purely to show how special he is, and that's where it leads to him being the chosen one, isn't it?
Lots of midi-chlorians.
So this
he is.
So Darth Maul talking is, you know who Peter Serafinovich is?
Yes, that's
he's the voice of Darth
Maul.
Of it. Yeah. He tells a story where he got the part of Darth Maul to do the voice. This is his only line, but he had to do a lot more lines that got cut, and he was in the recording studio doing it, and George Lucas was there, and he says, "So George, what direction do you want to give me for doing the character? Like, how should I talk? How should I sound?" And George Lucas just goes, "Make him sound evil." And it's just like,
make him sound evil.
Make him sound evil.
Make him sound evil. I love that.
Just make him really evil.
More Jar Jar.
More Jar Jar poopy jokes. There's also this YouTube...
Jar Jar's shredded. Look at him.
There's a YouTube channel I watched, a YouTube video. These three guys did a Twitch stream where, for charity, recently, they had to remember every line for this off the top of their heads and just reenact the film. And every time they got it wrong, they had to do a shot.
Oh my God.
And the beginning is really good because everyone knows the lines from the beginnings, but they get to this scene and they just cannot remember anything.
Yelping blur through.
I saw your laser sword. No one calls them laser swords as well.
Yeah. Only Jedis carry that kind of weapon.
He's in Jingle All the Way as well, isn't he? Jake Lloyd.
He's in what?
The Arnold Schwarzenegger Christmas film.
Oh.
Turbo Man.
He's in what?
I forgot Sam only knows 7 films. 6 of them are Star Wars.
His acting is terrible in this. His acting is atrocious.
He's only a kid, but at the same time, it's the direction.
But you can get good kid actors.
Actually.
Yeah, but think...
Oh, with Sam.
He built C-3PO, he built the... You see the bit with pod races? Yeah, pod racing on Malice, they're very fast, very dangerous.
Make the child build it. Make the child build it.
Make the child build Jake Lloyd's such a...
Went like fucking Kermit.
He sounds like... Have you not heard George Lucas talk? He sounds like Kermit.
He's just a bit, yeah.
Jake Lloyd's
How's it going, guys?
With no nutting, he just said. You really hear that?
Oh, we know nothing.
No nut zone.
That's what they have on... we're in that right now, aren't we? It's November.
Oh, yeah.
They have that on Naboo.
My people.
No, nothing. Yeah, Jake Lloyd was such a method actor, he actually built C-3PO and actually raced in the pod racing.
Make him race. Make him die.
That's what George Lucas said about the Nemoidians. Make him race. Make him a racer. Do you see there's on a Formula 1 Reddit page, someone put, "What's your favourite race?" But it then got onto like the main page and it had like loads of comments underneath which weren't related to Formula 1.
So was it like the podcast?
What?
Pod racing, sorry.
No. The podcast.
Sam's just drunk, wrecked, doesn't know where he is.
No, I'm fine. I'm too immersed in this movie.
Yeah,
I never changed that.
We're not even talking about this because this is another boring dinner table scene. This is a boring scene where people sit down and talk, which happens a lot in the prequels.
I mean, it's trying to explain the backstory.
But if they have a reference, which is the original 3 Star Wars films, and they would have done that just so much more interestingly. Like, when Obi-Wan's explaining the Force to Luke, he's like got the blind shield down and he's deflecting the bullets. And in this, it would have been, it's literally Qui-Gon sitting down with Anakin telling him about bacteria in his blood.
It's like, Anakin, you have 1 week to live.
Unfortunately, you are positive. Force positive? No.
Watto gave it to him.
So look at this, how cool is that? Enobian. So it's so like complex, this part. Just to get to a pod racing scene.
I know.
He's like, I'll bet the boy, if you supply the pod, you split it 50-50. I'll do the money, you do the money, you take all the winnings, I take the mum. And it's just like, what?
The boy. His name's Samuel.
I do like Liam Neeson. He was meant to come back in number 3, but he like broke his back or something in a motorbike ride.
Jesus.
Yeah. He's meant to be
But George was there. Take him out.
Yeah. Make his back broken. Look at Jack.
You're right.
Oh.
Sure, we
make his back.
What?
Oh god.
Oh, I'm crying.
Just trying to show off them fat biceps. That's
Oh. Saying it's like his goons.
Yeah.
Make him disappear.
I'm sure he does. I bet he's got a lot of cronies. Although I imagine George Lucas is just like after he sold Star Wars, it was just like everyone just left him. That's what I imagine.
Yeah, that was such a good George Lucas impression. You could just tell him just sitting there, you know, like really folded over, like with a massive belly, just there, like make it. I don't know why I went to Bane. I was wondering what would break first.
Make his back broken.
For you.
Something's happened to mine because I can, you know, the film's moving, but it's just got a picture of Qui-Gon sort of like.
Hopefully it'll catch up.
You need to make that picture the thumbnail, Sam nutting. Just say like. Sam's just texting.
Oh no, I'll send the picture to you on our
okay.
Facebook group chat.
So what do you think about Anakin not having a father and a whole? It's like because I think in number 3 he insinuates that Palpatine did it.
Yes. Wait. Yeah.
I'll do it as Palpatine does. He manipulated the Force to create life.
No, I want it better than that, Will. I want it like your side profile.
I know, but my mic won't pick it up.
I will tell you the story.
He does that about 10 times, the dramatic turn.
Pleasure.
Oh, here we go. It's Warwick Davis. He's the little Greedo guy.
How did you get so lucky?
With this. You're such a joker.
Alien language.
Well, Warwick Davis is in 6 as well, isn't he? He's Wicket the Ewok.
Jar Jar on the back.
Oh, careful, Jar Jar. Careful of that laser.
There's Jar Jar. He's doing his electric force lighting, like summoning it, like into his fingers.
Well, clearly, he's got a bit of talent because he's a mechanic.
Careful, Jar Jar. Don't touch those lasers. Careful.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Oh, God. Whenever I see him on scene, it's just. I get what you mean. He could be taken out of this, and it would just be so much more serious. This film, and like
it would really reduce the runtime as well. This is just over 2 hours. I mean, which is standard length of a film nowadays. But cut all Jar Jar out, it could be shorter.
But then the film will lose its.
What? What will it lose, Sam? Come on, finish your sentence. What will this film lose?
It will lose the greatest Sith Lord.
Yeah, it might lose the panache of the film, you know.
Because the comedy from
my tongue is fat. He's got a fat tongue, Sam.
What do you think Natalie Portman thought when she was like, right, I've got to go get this Jar Jar, put his hand out the thing? Like, I was in Leon the Professional a few years ago.
I know, don't. I bet a lot of the actors in this film were just sitting around, on set with them, just waiting for shots, like, and George is just there, like,
make his
invisible, man. Just make him walk over here.
But I reckon they weren't like that because they probably thought at the time George Lucas was the super genius who created Star Wars before this came out.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So everyone would be like, I bet Ewan McGregor was like, Ewan McGregor was so excited to be in this. And you can kind of see as each one goes along, his mood just declines.
You say he was so excited to be in this?
Yeah. This is in Star Wars. He's literally playing Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan.
What's happening?
I thought you said Uncle Greg. That's why. I was like, what?
That's our uncle. Although he would have been perfect age for this film. He would have been 19 when this came out, so he would have been the angry nerds that got annoyed when this film didn't live up to their expectations.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
and he slowly died through the 3 films.
Oh no.
I thought you'd be like,
Ewan McGregor, he just his mood slowly declines. I think on Top Gear he was like, 1 and 2 aren't that good, but 3's okay. And he's like, that was it.
Even Master Yoda.
So what do you think of midichlorians then? I want to go for Sam. Go for Sam first. Sam, midichlorians. In or us?
What about midichlorians?
What do you think of them? What do you think? Do you think that it's a good idea that you are only good at the Force because you have a high number of bugs in your blood?
Well,
yes.
I guess. But are the midichlorians not that which generates the Force? Is it not like the vital essence of the Force?
Because I thought Yoda says like anyone. It kind of destroys the whole thing because like anyone can be in touch with the Force. It's like religion in the sense anyone could be in touch with your.
Yeah.
You can't say sorry. You can't be. It's like a Puritan way of saying sorry. So only some of you can go to heaven right now. The rest of you can't.
Well, you could argue that as a biblical base. Many are called, few are chosen. Gospel of Matthew.
But then it kind of it just ruins the whole thing that anyone could be, and that belief you have as a kid that anyone can be a Jedi.
Yeah.
And it kind of removes that.
But does Yoda actually say anyone could be a Jedi?
Well, anyone can
interact with the Force.
What is it? It binds us, controls us, whatever he says.
Wait, whose impression are we doing?
That's Obi-Wan. That's Obi-Wan.
Sorry, I thought that was George.
Oh, make him.
Yeah, but you could argue that that's like, just to use God for example. You could, the Holy Spirit's around everyone, but not everyone interacts with it.
Yeah. But then the way you contact that is saying if you could interact with it, someone's so desperate to interact with it, but they just don't have enough bugs in their blood.
Oh God!
But surely everyone can interact with it.
That's so good.
That's the thing. That's what you'd want, but with the midichlorians, it kind of removes that aspect that not everyone can react with it, unless you have these high blocks. Is it just sitting in a cup?
Well, I guess it's probably a plot device.
What they called the twin legs. I can't remember what that race is.
Or something.
Close. The Twinks. We call them.
Yeah. What do you say, Sam?
Is it not just a plot device though to emphasize the?
It's to emphasize Anakin's power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's just a bad idea.
He even said it in it. Yeah, he's even higher than Master Yoda.
But that's what I mean. How could you demonstrate his?
You can make him be super powerful.
Almost this sort of messianic figure within the Force.
Make him do
something.
That's
what he is. He's only like 8, isn't he?
Yeah, giving him a numeric value.
You could have the scene where he's doing pod racing and then something happens that makes him use the Force to like dodge an obstacle. Or
I just think it is in that sense, like him building those robots, him even pod racing at this young age shows that already. Yeah. You don't need something which is like obviously says it. He's what were you doing when you were 8, Sam? Could you pod race?
The only time Luke is strong with the. You only realise Luke is strong with the Force in number 4 when he closes his eyes and fires the rockets. That's how you know that this guy is in touch with the Force. So have Anakin I don't know, when he's pod racing, someone crashes in front of him and he uses the Force to steer some obstacles, or uses the Force to I know when his engine gets blown off, he uses the Force to bring it to him.
But the good point is you don't really see Anakin do that because he's not the chosen one, is he? If you think, because you know what I mean, I understand what you're saying. You have those moments it's Rey, because she does that how many times in those films? Does she just close her eyes like that, and it's it emphasizes that she's the all-powerful, omnibenevolent being.
Is Rey the chosen one?
Yeah, kind of. Because she kind of Luke Skywalker's story just gets absolutely destroyed in the sequels.
Yeah.
Because she defeats Palpatine.
It was setting up for that. Yeah. Oh god, that bit in the last ones, I hated that. I honestly did. The way he comes off his skeleton frame, this was my plan all along.
I think we might have to do the sequels.
Exoskeleton.
I've got a lot to say about them.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that would just be us swearing and screaming.
Oh, I like the Force Awakens. I just don't like the other two.
Do you know what? The Force Awakens is the best one out of that. I'll give you that. And I just hate the rest of them. I hate the last one.
I hate the Last Jedi.
This bit is always this. When I think of the Phantom Menace, I think of this.
The pod race. I've never liked the pod racing scene, even when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't like cars. I don't like Formula 1.
I thought it was too loud, especially when I remember watching the thing the audio control. In certain films, I don't know if you notice your TV, it gets turned up so much. And as you tell George, just make their ears bleed.
Well, George is a massive fan of NASCAR and racing. If you watched his old film American Graffiti, it's about 50s car racing and hot rods. So he loves cars. Yeah. So this is obviously him. Go on, Sam. Sorry.
The commentators look someone out of Shark Tale.
Yeah, but the commentators they're too earthly, if that makes sense. American football commentators. And it shouldn't be like that in Star Wars.
They are a little bit 2-1-2. Greg's down on the D quarter on the 4th line. Mumbo jumbo. I don't know what they talk about.
So one of these pod races is called Arc Bumpy Rooster.
Clegg Holdfast.
Oh, he's got that dumper.
Dudbolt.
Dudbolt.
Well, the CGI doesn't look that good in this.
It does not age well.
That guy. Orimandro. The Three Stooges.
Boo! Oh, they cheer.
He's a local boy.
You see Jabba the Hutt in this, don't you? When he's young, you see his dad, don't you?
No, you see him. That is Jabba.
Yeah.
I thought it was but you see Jabba and you see his dad, don't you?
I don't think they see his wife.
Are you sure? Wait, we'll see. I thought you see it's his dad, and then you see.
No, it's Jabba and his wife, because the Hutts are still in control, and it's the Hutts, it's Jabba the Hutt.
Do you reckon his wife knew about Leia and that? That's quite.
Well, his wife's
was that a side piece? Was that a side piece? It was she's really sad at home. Jabba gets up to it. I know he's cheating on me.
Well, his wife is in number 6, so he probably threw her in the Rancor pit.
Oh, look at that.
But yeah,
Sam walks around like that.
On his hands and his legs up in the air.
Tell you what, I'd have some massive triceps though if that was the case.
You'd have some fat triceps.
I was gonna say, your arms would be absolutely ripped if you
yoked. They'd be yoked.
If you walked around like that.
But
that's why you notice people in wheelchairs have got yoked arms.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got to have really good upper body strength.
I like how this is the only film because it's just so nothing most of the time. We're not actually talking about the film half of the time because nothing's going on.
Well,
we talk about the pod racing scene. So because George loves cars so much, he obviously wanted to put this racing scene into his film.
Is this?
There he is. There's Jabba.
Ululating.
There's Jabba and his wife.
Is that his wife?
And then you got the guy on the right. He's like a.
See, I thought that was Jabba at the back.
No, that's Jabba's wife.
Can he use
how do you know it's his wife? It could be his brother or something.
It has a womanly feature.
Look at one with the red hair at the back. We see that as well.
It could be his sister or something, yeah.
Might be his secretary, who knows?
No, in Jar Jar, I'm Jabba. He wouldn't have a So he would have somebody just like Leia as secretary, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, because I never liked racing as a kid, this scene just did not interest me.
Is it still in the same day?
Must no, because they go to
I know. It's
no, it's the next day because and at the night he was doing his midichlorian count, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. Because it's like the
Still
Queen.
the next day though.
Surely the Queen would have noticed by now.
Yeah. Well, the Queen is Padme.
Yeah, I know, but she's bluffing at this moment.
she's bluffing. She's at the poker table, Red Dead, bluffing.
Yeah. I'm the Queen.
And with the pod race, they go around the same. They go around the track 3 times. So once you see it once, you see it again twice, and it's just not interesting.
Yeah, I know. It goes on. I tell you, it's so loud, it's so long, and it's like there is some interesting bits in it. Half the time it's just zoomed in of Anakin. Like, now this is pod racing.
But the best parts of these films is the sound and the music.
Oh yeah,
the best part of these
John
films
Williams,
is Jar Jar.
The Jewel of Fate is the best song throughout the whole franchise. I don't care what anyone says.
No, I think when Obi-Wan is fighting Anakin,
I like that as well.
Fighting
Palpatine. Well, that's when Jewel of Fate's plays in when Yoda's fighting
that's
Palpatine.
Jewel of Fate.
No,
he's gonna lose.
No,
he's gonna lose. Come on, Annie.
Wait, no, I thought you were talking about the song. Oh my god! What is going on? What?
There's Warwick Davis there. Sounds and no for the music. Oh no, Quadranero is going to blow up.
Oh god!
So this guy just dies.
Quadraneros, come on. Sounds like a footballer.
Quadranero, yeah.
Quadraneros.
Pulls out to Quadraneros.
Oh god, quickly! That
the
Aguero
iPad
thing was so good, Will.
Oh, thank you.
That edit was fantastic. Bloke at work was dying.
Slimo.
Poodle. So he's dead.
Yes.
He's got a family.
Yeah.
Make the family die.
Make his family. Make him a widow.
Quadraneros.
Jack lost to George Lucas. I don't know why. Maybe I'll read the third crawl as George Lucas.
I don't think we've actually heard George Lucas speak.
There's this really funny video.
That is perfect. That is really good, George Lucas.
There's this really good video on YouTube.
Crying.
Do you know those round tables where like actors sit around and talk about films and stuff? Someone's done there's impressionists and they like deep fake their faces. So there's a Jeff Goldblum, a Tom Cruise, a Ewan McGregor, a George Lucas, and a Robert Downey Jr. And they're all just sitting around talking. And the guy who does George Lucas is so funny.
That person just turned around and looked. It's like just blowing everyone up.
So that scene there would have been a good. Oh, here we go. Look, he's just shooting at them. The tussling raiders.
God, car 98. You only glazed him. Shoot again.
Why are they doing that? They're just like, way.
Still, the dog is running.
You only grazed him.
Macaroon.
Macaroon.
See, look at this. This guy just gets blown up.
Make him go.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, I thought he died. Chubone cheese cebola.
Paqueta. I swear this language is just like things that you'd find around
It's
the
like
house.
Tolkien. Do you think George Lucas sat there and like made his whole language like Elvish up?
And he's just like, Prodo.
That means destroy them.
Well, Pudu is what Sir Bulba says when he... Look at his face, he just knocks it off. Is there a Wilhelm scream in this?
There's got to be. That was Warwick again?
Yeah. Well, you saw him without his costume on, next to... when you get shots of Watto.
Yeah, he's got like... Yeah.
He looks so young as well.
Yippee! It was like Mario, it sounded like then. Wahoo!
Backcratcher. So it's just like, you have to do 2 more, you have to go through this again, and then they go for it again. And it's just not visually interesting.
It's just like...
This is supposed to be one of the big set pieces.
At the time, like set pieces like this, they were trying to like go for it. It hasn't aged well because it just isn't like a massive. Look, where's Vin Diesel? We don't have like it's spinning, tanks. Like, this isn't a proper race movie. We don't have one. We don't have one last ride being said every 20 seconds. It's quite. As I said, it's quite boring. This bit.
Mm.
All the kids must have loved this in the film.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
but if you showed a kid nowadays this, they'd just be like, "What's this?
Where's Snapchat?
Where's Snapchat?"
Where's the girls?
But I didn't like racing. I have no interest in racing. That's why I don't like it. So I was just like, and it's too. If it was like one long race, where you saw something different every time, it might be interesting. But just because this is just an open field. Rawr.
He's dead.
See, look at his power coupling. So a good way to like show Anakin using the Force, he could like use the Force to balance himself out, grab the power coupling, and then Qui-Gon notices him do it. He's like, "Oh, the boy is very strong."
That's too creative.
Yeah,
you wouldn't. You can't be talking like that, Will.
and there's like no danger because he just fixes everything. Like he gets this magnetic rod.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, exactly, Sam. Where'd that come from? He has it to fix it. He has it just in case this happens.
So I'm very talented.
So everyone's like talking about young Anakin Skywalker saying like, "Oh, he's not a good character," and sounds like, "Well, he is very talented."
Got to have a bit of balance on the film review industry, haven't you?
Well, it's not Jake Lloyd's fault. If anyone's, it's George's. Yeah, look.
That quick scope, you see that on the hip. Shoot again. She made you laugh. That put he's dead. That person. And see, he went.
That's what I mean.
They're meant to be like gangsters, aren't they? They're meant to be. You're not meant to like empathise with them. They're meant to be all like part of a gangster cult. I'm watching them on the iPads. I have a model of the pod racer.
Do you?
Yep. Not a cool story, but it's a true one.
What? But don't they say that the toy sales like with Hasbro, it's made quadruple what the films have made?
And do you know who owns most of that?
Disney.
George Lucas. Well, not now, but he did when these came out.
He sold it. Yeah. How much did he sell it for? Something billion. I can't remember.
4 billion.
It was
Make me rich. But
Make me rich.
That's what they said. It's like, George, you want to go any direction? We're doing this deal. Make me rich. He was already a billionaire even before that.
What do you reckon he does nowadays?
Well, he said he wants to do he does his own private art films, which is just like, I imagine he's just like that. He just turns up on set and he's just like, and they're like, George, can you get out of here, please? That's all I imagine.
Where's Jar Jar?
Yeah.
I like how we've talked about George Lucas more in this film.
Well, who made it?
Yeah, it is related. It's not like we're just talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, is it?
Well,
yeah, I know.
Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to be Anakin in the second one, but he probably read the script and was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
I think Hayden Christensen makes that role.
We'll get to Hayden.
Yeah. He's not in this film, Sam.
No.
Come on.
He's not this creative whippersnapper.
Oh, so John Williams is good.
Yeah.
Coming in then.
The music does make it. It makes these scenes.
It makes Star Wars. The music is good.
Because I know you give George Lucas a bad credit, but I do have to say his ideas are amazing. Like he invented Indiana Jones. Like he is such a good ideas man. And this scene could be cool, like a pod, but it would be cool if the pod racer wasn't used in a pod race. If it was used in like a getaway, like Darth Maul was chasing them and he had to get in the pod racer.
Yeah, it's just sort of like you're a little bit disinterested, like
It's a long scene.
Why don't you remake this film, Will?
I've got a budget of.
Oh yeah,
give me a budget of 500 million.
Yeah.
Well, I might write if I ever get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will write my own Star Wars prequels and like animate it on like Photoshop.
Good.
I will do that.
I'll be in
That's a promise. You can voice Palpatine.
Good. Do it.
That's your one line. And if you want to give me any direction, Will, make him sound evil. Do it. I'm gonna stop doing that now. That's getting old.
No, I love that. That's brilliant.
I need to watch some of these interviews with George Lucas.
It's exactly how
He did an interview. Ironically, I think it was like in the 80s or something, and he's like, a movie with special effects isn't really a movie. He's like, too much special effects doesn't really make a movie. And it's just
great.
And he watched these now, and it's just like, you said it. Bango de bango.
That's the language. What is that?
To be fair, you got to give credit to people who make the languages up, because it must be really hard. Oh, there we go.
Jesus.
Poodle. Best line coming up.
Misaki.
Why do you make Jar Jar sound so evil?
Misaki.
Because he is, I guess.
Warwick Davis.
He went for a high five and he just ignored it.
Yeah.
Scene.
Ooh. Ah. This is all miniature. It's all miniature, that stuff, when they're wide shots and it's like little thumbtacks. Just whack
Yeah.
the mic. The guy with the big thumbs up. When did we see Watto? There he is. There's Warwick Davis.
Oh, yeah.
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 Him just saying nothing. Just
Yeah. You ever seen him on An Idiot Abroad when he goes with Carl Pilkington?
Yes, yeah.
That's so funny.
We need to do Leprechaun. Oh my god,
yeah,
horror
yeah.
movies.
I've never seen that,
He's
but-
good in that.
Oh, he's all dirty. Poor Shmi Skywalker.
Shwee.
So why
Make
can't he?
him black.
Why can't? Why can't he free Shmi as well? Like, what purpose does she have to Watto? She doesn't do anything. Like Anakin
Oh,
runs
she
the
does.
shop.
Well, she does.
Oh,
It's very
Don't
important.
you worry about that. What I tell you, she does.
whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you lose.
I have a particular set of skills
I have a
that I've
particular-
acquired over the years.
I have a particular set of skills. I will find you and I will kill you.
I know your name.
Was that the Jamaican? But like that.
That was Scottish. I know your name.
That wasn't Scottish.
Liam Neeson's not even Scottish. He's from
Oh,
Northern
yeah,
Ireland.
is that Irish?
He's from Northern Ireland.
Oh, yeah. I know that you know what the some tux is. Yeah, that is Irish, yeah.
I
So I
have
was
a
trying to get
particular set of skills.
that is so good.
See, Obi-Wan's just like, she just mugs off Anakin all the time.
It's us on the camels in Egypt, Sam.
Yeah. I remember that guy when he came down. He was wearing the fake Arsenal shirt.
Yeah. The best was that girl where she was like, money. And it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
go to Steve. She's trying to grab it. Your mum was like, stop it.
And there's the girl behind, like whipping my dad's camel. My dad was like, "Stop it, get off!"
They're trying to hit me to my knees to get more money. She was like, hit
Yeah.
me to the ground. Like, not the money.
So Anakin's free now.
He's a free man.
Because when he goes back to Coruscant,
Man.
can they be like, oh, can we just borrow 10 Republic credits and buy Shmi back off of Watto? Like, Padme's the queen. Surely she gets a salary for that. Like, just buy
Yeah, I
Shmi.
think that's-
Surely she gets some.
George doesn't want him to be happy.
Oh yeah, we're talking about George Lucas being rich. He had the merchandising rights in the 70s, I think. It was like a deal, he said. He wants to get like a percentage of the merchandise rights. And that's why
Yeah.
made so much money. But
Jesus.
these films it's pure George Lucas. Like, he funded these, he was in charge, he made
Well,
everything he wanted to make. This is his perfect film for him.
that's how Harrison Ford got so rich in the originals. He took
A percentage of the
I think
profits of the film.
I think he convinced like Carrie Fisher to do it as well or something as well. But yeah, all the other ones are like, no, I want to get paid. You know what I mean? We don't know if this is going to flop or not. And he was like, no, we're taking a percentage of the revenue.
Yeah.
So we made a lot of money off that.
Or Carrie, take her a percentage of the profits.
Like Harrison Ford.
Yes. Joey, we're home.
It's Harrison Ford.
I saw a video actually yesterday. I watched that, and then the recommended video was Harrison Ford shouts at an autograph hunter.
Me.
It's a guy asking him to sign a baseball, and another guy asking him to sign like a guitar, and he's like, "What have these got to do with me?" He's like, "Why do you want me to sign these?"
Why do you want me to sign these?
So what's that got to do with
Doll.
me? Doll. Yeah. You're calling Dr. Jones.
I like a bracelet.
With the studs.
Yeah.
You've got a neck collar like that, haven't you, Jack?
I love how we're talking about Indiana Jones on this.
Well, it's kind of related because Harrison Ford's in these, and we're talking about George Lucas making his money.
I like that. It's just like, your son's coming with me. I'll look after him.
Yep.
Does she even know? Oh yeah, she does know that.
She says
he's a Jedi now.
He doesn't have to be a Jedi. He's probably just lying.
True,
No, but she.
yeah.
I've got a van out back. Your kid's coming with me.
He's my
I'll look
starfighter.
after him, love.
His lightsaber's just like a torch, just dangling from his waist. What's that whirly thing in his head? It's a cool design, isn't it? Have you seen how Anthony Daniels did it? He's like behind the suit, and it's like rods, and he's like moving it like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh my! What's that little droid there?
Make it move.
See, in this, so you're meant to feel really like sad. Anakin's going off, but you don't feel anything really. And George,
That stance.
what's his name? John Williams is really amping up the score to get you emotional, but just not really doing anything.
People have definitely fallen down those steps and hurt themselves.
Yeah,
You
they're
see
so
how narrow
narrow,
one
yeah.
of them were? That one guy was just like sitting on it but nearly falling off.
That's how Qui-Gon broke his back for the
Jeez.
for the third one.
I fell down the steps in Cornwall. They were that narrow. I slipped. I
Orchestrated
fell
by-
down those steps there.
How did you? So you actually like done something to yourself?
I bruised, or I apparently tore some of my muscles in my glute, and then bruised all my arse and my hamstring.
It's like
Were
a
you
nose.
like, call an ambulance?
I passed out and I had a seizure from the pain.
Mike, get the camera.
Get some ice.
Oh, yeah. Get some ice. Kickflip.
Gnarly.
That's a sick backpack.
Yeah, you're right. Them steps are not fit for human. I mean, look at that.
They're for the huts. Why is everything on a ramp if Jabba the Hutt owns this place? How can Jabba the Hutt
It's
go
like a
there?
year 7 backpack, you know, like
Yeah.
when you're in year 7, they were massive ones.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember people having the Star Wars backpack for this film at school.
I had a Star Wars lunchbox. It had a Sebulba and Anakin pod racing.
Oh, I had a Darth Maul toy like that where you had that little land racer as well.
I thought you said a Darth Maul toilet.
I thought you said that as well. Go ahead, lady. Oh, here we go. See, this is a weird edit. They're running.
Oh, I go,
Do you know they're like running and they're like rushing?
oh, love this
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, this is good.
Here comes Maul.
Tell him to take off.
Tell him to move the ship.
It doesn't
Oh,
have much-
look at that side parry. Oh,
But the thing with these
Look at that
fights
stance.
is they're so choreographed,
oh.
and it's too short. This fight.
I love how they just like, yeah, it's just a random child here.
And you would have thought Obi-Wan would be rushing to get out there.
Yeah, he's just sort of like, all right. Yeah, but remember, he sees it, he's just like a master. He's just like, oh,
He's
so
already a
good.
master. Yeah. Well, I guess he knows the best thing to do is to take off and let him escape.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the force jump again.
Yeah. Oh,
That was that bit there with the like no one saw it coming, you know, and later
was
on
in
when
the
that
trailer.
extends double.
it was in the
What, when
trailer.
you see the
Yeah.
double? Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't see it when it obviously come out the trailer
And
like that.
that's-
So I think a lot of people just saw that and they were like, when you know at the end when it reveals, they were like, oh my god,
Oh,
I
wait.
guess it was
What?
after.
Keep it
there's
playing.
2 of them. This is getting out of hand. Where's Will gone? Have you paused it, Sam?
No.
Is that your dildo? Do you put that against the wall and back up on it really slowly
God's
for the
sake.
cam and put
Only
it
you
bird's
would
eye
see-
POV down,
Only you
But
would see
you-
a lightsaber and that's your first thought.
Are you,
and you
are
look
you,
up?
Are you paused? Did you say?
No, I'm still playing.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I said keep it playing. Don't worry.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
So
Go and
I'll
extend
let
it.
you-
How big is it? Is it a 10-inch one?
It's kind of broken, but that's a start.
good.
If you played that cool, you'd be like, that's just a scene from this film. Just that noise. I can't.
Yeah, if you'd done it now, it would have been like, yeah.
We must bow to their wishes. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
If you're listening to this audio, Lee, I have Darth Maul's lightsaber
Sit on it.
in my hand. But there's so much like fighting techniques they miss out. Like, there's this one. Keep it playing.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Got to the 2 lightsabers here.
I wish I was there holding the other one.
If you like they're fighting, if you're holding it like this, there's this cool move where you could like retract your blade like that, and it goes through, and it just reignites it, and then you just like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you go like that, retract it, you just miss, and you just reignite it, and you just go through.
Yeah. The best bit is it when Obi-Wan's getting pent up, you know, and he's getting ready to run at him, and it's the double spin hit, but also he hits Qui-Gon, you know, he hits and hits him in the face with it, and then spins around. It's so good because he's got such good martial art background, like kendo and like swordsmanship. Ray Park, I think he was really heavily involved with that.
Yeah, there is the choreographer as well. I can't remember his name, but I know he looks.
I know, I've seen him. He's
you know
in all,
what he looks like,
yeah.
He's like well, I did the
He's
choreography.
British as well, isn't he? Yeah.
I
really wanted Ray to gape. Yeah, he sounds like that, doesn't he?
I don't think he sounds like that. I think he's like quite a posh sounding guy, but it's just funny for him to sound like that.
Miss your mother? I'm your mother now.
Yeah, that's their weird relationship they have.
Coruscant. Well,
Coruscant was like Gallifrey from Doctor Who. The city. So it's a cool idea how the entire planet is a city. And I
like London.
Yeah, literally planet London.
It looks like London.
There's all the London buses.
Planet London.
It's Newham.
I want to know what London you've been to, Jack.
It is kind of, well, eventually London will be like this. Just never-ending congestion.
Or the cab drivers. Oh, mate, watch out!
There'll still be
Ash before this.
Look who it is.
I like how they try and play down that he's the Emperor, like it's some big reveal in number 3, even though it's the same actor.
Well, when I was a kid, I was like, oh,
yeah, when I was a kid,
yeah.
But there's General Zod from Superman. Have you ever heard the story of when Terrence Stamp is like this really like British actor? He's like proper, like really respected. So Chancellor Valorum, guy on the right, when he went to go do this film, he was like, for 2 days he was there filming in front of a green screen. He was like, I'm too good for this. Then he was like, I'm not getting paid enough. Why am I doing this? And then someone was like, George gives you like a special gift at the end of your shoot. Yeah. And he was like, okay, well, I'll stick it out. I know George Lucas, he's like a billionaire, he'll give me something nice. So on his last day, he goes to his trailer, and there's a present waiting for him. And he opens it, and it's a Phantom Menace stencil set.
Could be worth something in its original
Oh my
packaging.
god, he's sadistic, George Lucas, I swear to God. Make him draw.
Honestly.
Well, he's just being generous. He's like, yeah.
Come on, doing all that hard work, give him a stencil. That's something you'd give me, Sam. Or 20p.
That's Terrence Stamp, who's like one of the most respected British actors, Academy Award nominated, and he gives him a stencil set.
Yeah.
Give him a watch or something.
What?
It's not about the material aspect.
Oh, here we go.
Do you really think George Lucas said, I'm going to give you a stencil set, or someone just gave him the stencil set, saying it's from him?
Probably.
It's
give him a grain of rice and Sam would appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I would, yeah.
I probably gave him a stencil set because he gets like knock-off profit from it because he owns the merchandising rights.
Yeah, probably. Look at his face.
This guy's the best. Ewan McGregor's number 1, but he's number 2. The best parts of these
Ian
films.
McDermott's so good. I've stood right next to him, but you're jealous of that, aren't you? I could just feel his presence.
Not really.
Sam, you don't mind just scooting to the left a tiny bit? There you go.
the
costumes are amazing though. Like what she
You need a lamp, Sam, in the front of your face, like and that side to project light and shit. Get one of those makeup ones, the
James Charles ones.
James Charles.
Sam is James Charles. Look at him.
Beg your pardon. Don't know who that is.
It's a compliment. He's a very attractive man, Sam. Getting very political. I remember watching this in the first time around. I was just like, "What are they talking about?" I was just like, "Where's the shiny sword?" It was literally like, "I don't get this bit."
He looks a bit like Del Boy in this.
I love that. Let's start talking more about the film and the scene. Oh God! Oh fucking God!
How does he look like Del Boy?
I'm talking about the film.
Oh, look at one of the pack.
Yeah,
you see that one which is just the tail covered in fur? He looked like a chicken.
So, Jim, have you seen the original one? Yoda was a puppet.
Yeah.
And it looked awful.
Oh, yeah, it looked really weird.
I've got a copy.
Oh, yeah, why have we not got that one?
This is the special edition where they CG
There's
him.
Plo Koon, my boy.
Plo Koon, yeah. Kiadi-Mundi on the left with his 2 hearts, or 2 brains where he's got.
Tisei Sim. Oh, I've got that. Tisei Sim.
So,
the one with the horns.
What do we think of Mace Windu as Samuel Jackson's Mace Windu? Look at that guy.
I really like him. I really like his presence in it as well.
But he's
like really strong. He controls every scene.
I feel like Mace Windu should be like in charge of like the military side of the Jedi, but they should never resort to being military. He's like the war minister, and Yoda should just be like the leader who just doesn't want war.
War minister.
Yoda should never fight. We'll get to that in number 2. But Mace Windu,
he's the second powerful Jedi, isn't he, Windu?
Jedi should never resort to violence, I feel, but in the last resort, Mace Windu is the best at it, I feel. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I think he is the best, one of the best sword masters, isn't he?
Well, he matches Palpatine, who again shouldn't have a lightsaber, but we'll get to that.
Well, he beats Palpatine.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, or did he want to be beat?
Yeah. Oh.
Don't let him kill me.
Deep.
Don't
let him kill me.
But I had a video game from.
Plo Koon is the best pilot as well, apparently.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he dies in a plane.
Yeah.
Kiadi-Mundi's death is sad.
It's no match for C235.
Let's not talk about Kiadi-Mundi's death. I still haven't got over that. Yeah. The term, you look when he's like
the look of betrayal on his face. But I had a game from before Attack of the Clones when what's his name had a purple lightsaber. So in the game, Mace Windu has a blue lightsaber.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's got like Jedi Power Battles on the PS1.
Oh, nice.
Anakin's just come to
that hair. Honestly, the costume design in this is fantastic. That's ridiculous.
But she's meant to be all about her people, but she's so decadent, isn't she?
Yeah, it's like Kim Jong Un. She's just like my people.
So how about if you sold your wardrobe, your people might be able to eat.
Oh, I love this. This is the House of Commons.
The chat recognises the system of that. So there's an ET in here somewhere.
Senators murmuring.
Yeah. So there's ETs in this scene somewhere. As senators.
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense because there's a kid dressed up as Yoda in ET.
Oh, they come spinning around.
I've got a toy of that guy.
Have you?
Yeah, in the Moidium with the hat, and the guy on the left with the horns.
Yeah.
Who are they? Because they're like the Emperor's cronies, aren't they?
Who are they?
Because they're the one with the horns.
Guy in blue, yeah,
he's always with the Emperor afterwards.
This is a good speech. Honourable representatives of the Republic.
Is it though?
My people.
Stances.
No emotion whatsoever in her face.
She looks a bit sad.
This is to assert the truth.
But the toy I have of this guy is one of those random ones that my mum would get me.
He looks like a Karen.
So they call for a vote in their confidence, don't they?
Yeah.
See, well, this is too complicated.
Him leaning over. He looks
a just question, my liege.
You are not welcome here, Chancellor of Valorum. So imagine being like 5, and what did he say? Would you allow a commission to explore the validity of your accusations? You'd be like, what?
You're going to see him in a minute, E.T.
I beg your pardon.
Like, say that sentence. I might say that to a 5-year-old next time when they say something.
I refuse.
Would you allow a commission to explore the validity of your accusations? How does a kid know? A kid doesn't know what a vote of no confidence is.
Oh, Wookiees at the back.
Oh yeah.
It's the music when they invade Kashyyyk as well.
Hmm.
There they
There
are,
they are at
E.T.
the bottom. Yeah.
Order!
He's the guy, the old speaker of the.
It is.
What's it-
Order!
yeah.
Order!
What's his name?
Order!
John Burke.
John. Yeah. He loved his job, that guy.
Yeah.
And this
He's
whole thing
too
of
old.
Anakin being too old is only done because Yoda says Luke's too old, but Luke was like
Yeah.
20. Anakin's like 8.
I bet David Seaman thought he was like
I'm
securing his place in history, getting Anakin. Just look at the,
David Seaman.
just look at the.
God, look how bad that
trouble this
is.
will cause.
Look at that background. That's magnificent. Is that long neck boy?
Yeah.
You know that meme of that boy, you know, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
long hair, neck?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
him there?
He looks so young there, Samuel Jackson. He still would have
He's
been about
almost
6.
70, isn't he?
He still would have
Oh,
been about
Gay
60
Mundy.
there,
Look at him gossiping, Gay
Mm.
Mundy's face. He's just like, oh, gee.
How feel you?
Cold, sir. There's Yoda's wife in it.
Yeah, there's like another Yoda. That's still a puppet though.
But I thought Yoda was like, until the Mandalorian, Yoda was the only person of his race in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I thought that'd be a good idea. He's just like a
No, the
mystical
girl
being.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's one to
You
the
had
left.
the other
Yeah, so I
one.
mean, there's someone in here.
From Watch If Empire, if Sam was saying if like you just watch
She's
Empire.
called like Yondi or something, I believe.
Yondi.
It's something like that, honestly. It is,
Yondu.
honestly, have a look. It is something like that, yeah.
Blondie.
Hey, Blondie.
Slut you are.
Doll.
Doll.
Okay, doll.
But he is wasted in this, Samuel Jackson. Like,
Oh, I thought you meant Anakin there.
oh no.
I think they should have introduced him into the second one.
Yeah.
Because you're right, in
But you
this
have to
first one, it's
meet
just a
the-
little bit like stale. Like,
You have to meet the council, but the
but they
Jedi.
could have had him away on like a mission or
He could
something.
have gone
and
with.
come
He
in,
could have
you know,
like at the
No, he
end.
could have been on. He could have been on annual leave. It's like, yeah, he's not here. He's on annual leave.
He's on paternity leave right now.
he's on sick.
But at the end, they're like, "Oh, we've discovered a Sith Lord who have been extinct for 1,000 years," and they're like, "He could be in Naboo. Just send Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon." You would have thought like this is what we've been building up to. Everybody go to Naboo,
Yeah.
and that's when
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson could have gone, and he could have got on his sweet laser
Yeah,
sword.
but that makes sense, Will, and that's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, I know.
His face there,
Yeah.
it's got probably
Good.
such a smug grin. You see his lick his lips before he spoke there. He literally went.
There's so much potential in these. Like it would have been good if it was like done. I like the story of how he becomes emperor. How it's just like he's
Yeah, it's
playing
very
both
smart, you know.
sides, but it's just the main stuff is a bit. It's just not that interesting, is it?
It is cool how he's been moving the pieces this whole time, though. You know, for this to happen, it is very smart. That is good by George.
What's that on her head?
It's good politics.
I don't know.
But what did the Nemoidian, the Trade Federation, get out of it? With what did Palpatine offer them?
Something
To just like
gold.
Gold.
what even is
Take my gold.
a separatist? Like I'm talking as a 5-year-old here. What even is a separatist?
Goddamn commie.
Somebody wants to separate from a certain
Yeah,
movement.
but yeah, it's just
Like from
Empire Rebel
from
are
an
2 words
organisation.
that you know.
Yeah.
A Trade Federation separatist is a bit more complicated than a rebel.
It's a Bitcoin tradesman.
Obi-Wan's not happy with this.
Love Plo Koon's look.
Have you ever watched the Clone Wars cartoon?
Yeah,
anime stuff,
I saw like the first or second season when I was a kid.
Plo Koon
I do-
was in that.
I do like how Yoda knows everything that's going on.
But he doesn't. He's like, the dark side clouds everything.
He literally doesn't.
No, he does. He can tell Anakin's got this like dark aroma.
Aroma. That's Hugo Boss.
He's like passion, fragrance, no fragrance by Yoda.
That's Dior Sauvage.
It's just Yoda there, like with his t-shirt off like that, like just like covered, like shredded, with a woman coming up to him.
Body evolution.
For me, it is number one. It's just like that with his pecs going, like bouncing, like.
Oh.
That's wreck.
So they're not training Anakin. Look at how angry he is.
He's
See,
such a good actor.
but-
Oh, there you go. And draw out the Queen's attacker.
Just chuck that in there.
So he's like, discover this dark warrior, but only you
It's
go.
Anakin.
Take the boy with you. You know, bring the kid.
It is so obvious, even like through the late second one, that it's Palpatine. It's so obvious that they should have known. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Not really,
I think so.
because the dark side clouds their judgment.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, if Yoda doesn't know, then yeah, the dark side would have clouded their judgment.
If Yoda don't know.
Well, did you know in Hebrew the word to know is yada?
Oh, maybe that's probably why he said Yoda. Yeah.
Mm.
That's a good little fact there. But yeah, it's just like there's a new Sith. There's always two. There's always a master and the apprentice. Let's send the whole Jedi Council. The masters. Do you think it'd be because the Jedi are like self-appointed policemen of the galaxy? That's quite an evil thing.
Yeah,
They're
it
vigilantes.
is. You
You
could
think
see
about
them
it,
as being
yeah.
evil.
So would-
Corporation.
Wouldn't it be
Well, that's
cooler
the
if they were like Greek hoplites, where whenever there was trouble they were called upon, and let's say with like normal people who were trained as Jedis, and whenever there was war, so when the Clone Wars kicks off, all of these people who have been trained as Jedis answer the call and defend the galaxy.
Well, they're supposed.
That's the talk of a Sith Lord.
They're supposed to be like observer bias and like not get involved in politics, but they do. Not towards the third one, you know. It does show that they are starting to like.
Well, that's what Palpatine
persuade
says.
these situations. Yeah.
Well, they do.
Well,
They
it
arrest,
is.
they only arrest Palpatine because he's the Sith Lord, but they would have to arrest him anyway because if he refused to give his emergency powers up, they would then arrest him. They would drag him from the White House, kicking and screaming. But do you not think that'd be like a cool scene where the Clone Wars kicks off and you got like, all across the galaxy people trained as Jedis are like getting their armor ready, getting their lightsabers.
Yeah, but remember, being a Jedi is a proper vocation, and
only because of this. But that's only because of this. In 4, 5, and 6, you don't realize how dedicated these people are to their art. In 4, 5, and 6, they're just Jedis. They're just like.
Exactly, it sort of emphasises the.
Well, no, Will, of course it's not, because you just got to do it like, you know, Finn and that, and just pick up a lightsaber and you can actually, you know, spar, you know, even though you've never touched one before, you know.
Yeah. You're so dangerous at lightsaber.
You just got to
cut your head off
believe.
so easily.
Perhaps he had midichlorians in him.
Traitor!
Yeah.
Perhaps he was manifesting his.
Well, he has something to sell us, but we don't know what it is.
Democracy manifest.
No, but it's like, Ray, I have something to tell you. Never says it. But it's just that just being like galaxy policeman. It's just a bit like controlling, isn't it? You could see why some people see them as bad.
Yeah, definitely. They'll torture you to sign the treaty.
And then it'll make the whole Order 66 thing even worse if they're just ordinary people with ordinary lives who have with their whole families being killed.
We have no army.
Because when you see them just getting wiped out, they're just emotionless creatures, a lot of them. You don't really care. You're like, who's going to miss a Jedi?
Someone's had some of my pork scratchings.
Sam, you're still eating that packet of pork scratchings.
God! He loves it. Whenever we go at the pub, it was instantly Sam was straight to the bar buying pork scratchings.
I can't believe he's still eating that same packet.
That's ridiculous.
There wasn't many in that packet either.
Gosh.
Gosh.
Here we go. George is there like, I want more Jar Jars.
I completely forgot. But to be fair, there's been a bit of a lull in Jar Jar. Sorry, Sam, I'm going to have to mute you.
That's ridiculous. Look at list.
What?
She's like, we cannot use our power to help her, but you'll happily use your mind tricks on different people whenever you need it.
Chair.
Seaman's been dropped from the team, that's why.
Seaman.
You better go to Prentice, Obi-Wan. See, they should have just maybe... It should be Obi-Wan as the main character in this film. Obi-Wan and Anakin as, like, Obi-Wan's like 30, Anakin's like 25. That's episode.
Film, isn't it?
But that should be episode 1. You should just go straight into that.
I would like to see a film where it is made between, you know, like the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, where it's that massive Clone War where you see like Anakin
That's the series,
get a scar
isn't it?
and like, yeah, I would like to actually see that into a film.
How did he
And
get
do
that scar
good.
again? Is it lightsaber? Or
Yeah, fighting
Dooku, isn't
what's
it? Is
her-
it? Oh,
No,
Asajj
not
Ventress.
Dooku. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. I started watching this series on Disney Plus. It's actually really good. Although there isn't a Jar
Yeah,
Jar
it is.
episode.
The best one's that one with General Grievous. When, like, you know, they're all like pinned and they're in that little like old ship and he just like scuttling around.
Oh, is that the one where he's in his base? And he's locked in his base and he gets his legs cut off and he just like puts a new legs. I got no legs. Puts his new legs on.
No, it's not that one. It's the one that I think they're on. Where is it? Oh, I can't remember what planet. It's a sand planet, and it's like they're fighting. It's where they fight in the Clone Wars and in the actual
Geonosis.
film. Geonosis, and it's like a massive ship, and it's like who's fighting them? I think
Is this the
it's
cartoon or is this the animated
cartoon?
series? Oh, I haven't really seen the cartoon. I've only seen the animated.
I think it's the
one.
cartoon. I think
That's
it's
meant to
like
be better.
Kaya Mundi fights him.
Yeah. Well, I think Mace Windu fights him, and the reason why he coughs so much is because he crushes his lungs.
Crushes his lungs. Yeah.
Naboo big.
You saw a bombard.
Look at them all yoked.
I am the queen.
I am Spartacus.
Who's this?
I'm the queen. No, I'm the queen.
Yeah. Hi. So it's supposed to be like a big what? I don't know why she had to be a decoy.
That was such a really long drag of guard. My bodyguard.
Oh, she's from California.
Oh my
she's American.
god.
She's from the Californian state of Naboo.
Naboo County.
No, I beg you to help us. I ask you to help me. Help
Yeah.
my
No,
people.
I beg.
It is a bit.
My people, get on the floor. and
All
beg.
they're essentially asking is, we don't have an army. Can you sacrifice all of your citizens to help
Yeah.
us? Got a fat one.
Whimpers. I love that.
When I was younger, I wanted to be Scottish because I loved Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor just on heroin still. After his toilet trip, he just there, like, not even lights over his hand, and starts swinging it about.
It just like cuts to the character's name?
Oh,
I got like Renton, Spud, and
Oh, I
Sick
can't
Boy,
remember.
and I can't remember his name.
oh,
But it's
I
just
can't remember his name.
during the lightsaber fight with Darth Maul, it just cuts to him, his character in Train Spotting, like swinging a stick around an alleyway in Glasgow. Just
So the song playing, bad boys now, boys, them and the hater boys, and he's just like, oh, I'm in this.
When's the Rec 2 video coming out?
soon, the next week.
Oh, don't.
So there's I had that Darth Maul face paint put on me at a school fete.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Days are coming.
Days are coming.
And Anakin's
They should come.
and it's like, so when they're coming, Anakin will be the lookout with his little legs. He have to sprint back, tell everyone.
I'm laughing.
General.
A little coming back after a little suck sesh.
So they look like different creatures, don't they?
Yeah, like not
Bombard
make
General.
them different.
General.
Make him General. So Jar Jar's been banished for just being a fool, and they instantly make him General of the Bombs.
The guy's called Boss Nass as well. I mean,
Yeah.
God, George Lucas is so good. Make him funny.
I do not think the actually well, I'll save it for number 2. I was talking about the clones. I'll save it for the second one.
R2 beeps.
Captain
Captain
Holby City.
Pancake.
Captain Holby City will make a decision here.
Is the Viceroy really that much of a Master General that if they it will be used?
So why? So they got 2 Jedi's who are like masters of like not warfare, but you know what I mean, fighting. They got the guard of the security, and Queen Amidala's the one making the plan.
Why isn't Windu in that gone?
Yeah, Windu.
It's
like,
winding me up.
how cool would it be if Windu?
Because it's
like,
technically not a war yet.
But
It's a clandestine operation.
but
I
surely
have a feeling that there might be Sith activity there.
in like you know,
You
like,
would send a strong
Well, it's a bit,
squad.
It's a bit like Rec 2, isn't it? They said they really sort of attract attention.
but when
They were the best.
yeah, but if you send it, you want to send in your elite squad. You want to send Mace Windu,
That was the best.
Joe Rogan.
All the rest were at the Barcelona match. They said it in the van.
Joe Rogan and Chief.
If you want your best, you look how short Ray Park is. You never realise how short he is, but he's like a little boy there.
Father Owen was the best of
Little boy.
He does look.
Oh, yeah.
They're supposed to be massive, aren't they? The
Moidians.
the men.
the men.
Japanese
the
Crying. Crying.
Oh, here we go. It's
But
a big bomb.
you said it's like a clandestine operation, but like in war situations, like I don't know, Abraham Lincoln wasn't devising civil war plans.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, okay, Captain Panaka, you do it. We'll send Mace Windu with you as well, who's the best fighter of the Jedi. Who can devise a plan.
Yeah.
We're ready for the best battle
We'll,
scene
we'll
in
send some
movie
imperial,
history.
send some imperial guards.
Where's the mummuks?
All the Gungans like death.
Reform the line.
Start hitting the shields the spears against the ground. Like,
That guy who's got like is running up to an elephant, just like AMR.
nah.
Steady.
Yeah.
So they have this amazing technology. That's the Windows screensaver. They got that amazing.
So yeah.
They got that amazing technology. Yet they, for shields and stuff, they didn't have any guns. They use like slingshots and bombas.
Sticks.
This bit's cool, I think. Like how the Trade Federation have this mass-produced army.
Line them up.
The sound of those is so cool, though.
Yeah, it's so good.
I think they're a good idea for tanks,
Oh,
aren't they?
look at that little like Luger.
The sound it makes as well makes me laugh. It's like what?
Sure.
What's it?
I don't like how Obi-Wan has a different lightsaber to the one he has in number 3. Because he has that one in 1 and 2.
Wait, yeah.
I know he gets destroyed by Dooku. Or he gets taken from him, but it would have been cool if he had the same lightsaber throughout the whole films.
Listen to her gun when you hear it.
Wow. It's just Owen Wilson.
That bit there, Sam,
Wow.
that bit there reminded me of Takeshi's Castle when they're driving around in that thing at the end.
The water guns.
With the ink guns, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, here they come. Getting
So,
rowdy.
There's only 2
Us
Jedi.
walk-
How cool would it be if
Us
there's like
walking into
5?
Weatherspoons.
Like if there's like loads of Jedi just protect, like they're getting mowed down just because they've got 2 Jedis with them. Although I guess you could argue it could start a war if a whole bunch of Jedis went and like defended this thing, which technically isn't illegal right now, and just attacked the Trade Federation.
Oh, I used to have a model of that ship as well.
Did you ever play that game? What was it? Rogue Squadron or something?
No.
There's like a space battle game.
Oh, there's a Windhelm
there he
screen.
is. There's a cool design, isn't there? Those ships.
Oh.
They'll be in London soon.
I'll put them.
That's like that shot from Lord of the Rings with the Nazgul.
It actually is. Oh!
That's the gun. I was like, what?
Where are those droid cars? There's
I
the
love
donut
how
ship.
Destroyers.
Where did they all come from?
So this bit's meant to be like the end of number 6. and the end
Yes,
of number 4, but it's just you're just not. You don't care.
Yeah, you're just like, they're going to die, who cares?
Speak for yourself.
I care more about the guy next to Lando.
Ceasefire.
Steady.
Steady.
This bit's good. Like how 'cause the Trade Federation would have a mass-produced army that it can just crank out. Kind of reminds me of Russia in World War II.
We are making missiles like sausages, as Khrushchev said.
Only make improvements if it makes
Jack
it faster
Khrushchev
and lighter.
Mans.
Yeah, I remember when you used to call yourself Khrushchev.
Why?
It's just his name on Scott on Facebook.
There's the donut ship. And everyone wins in this. Like Jar Jar wins and Anakin win by just making mistakes.
That's my crap positioning. Just sit up on the actual lid, and do that position.
The natural position, apparently.
Yeah.
Daddy.
See that gulp.
Ouch time. See, this is a serious scene, and it just gets punctuated with
George
just rubbish comedy.
It is. You could tell it should look good, and then it's just
that
like, throw
shield.
that in there. Oh, look at that.
The shield is useless.
Looks like the Galadrim shield. In Lord of the Rings.
See, he's just got this fight scene, and Jar Jar gets yeeted off of his donkey thing. And then you got this bit where he has to throw a boomer. He could have killed his men.
They've all got blue balls.
This guy's their general.
Not November.
Doesn't inspire much confidence, does it? Oh, they've only taken out like 12. Do you see in the bag?
Hey?
There's only like 12 bodies just like laying on the
Yeah,
floor.
I know. Oh, here we go.
Why did they bring Anakin with him as well?
Oh god, this is the best. I honestly think it's one of the best moments in all the franchises.
So this is where episode 1.
Oh!
This is where it starts in that edit. This is the beginning of the film.
Oh, look at that.
And that music is so
riddle him. You'd all help get an angle, run round him, tackle him to the ground, or just beat him to death.
Perhaps use like the Force to make them all go away.
Oh, yeah. Sith Lords are our specialities.
Oh, there they are.
There we go. I guess this keeps them busy, doesn't it? Free
The
droidicas.
Oh.
Mr. Speaker, we are for the big.
Doesn't destroy the scenery.
Oh, this is nut. As soon as that one happened, the nut would come out.
So this is why,
here we go.
This is why people like this, because this is at the end of the film.
Oh, look at that. Look, oh, he's not even... Oh.
It's too choreographed, though, I think, for me.
No, I love it. I think it's perfect.
This did come out at the time when it was like samurai, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, all that kind of film. So everything was so choreographed.
Yeah, but I think it's perfect. It shows you how skilled they are and how like adept they are with their saber without even having to look. They know where it's going and where it's coming from.
You could do that in a way,
and it's just like,
it does look like a dance at some points, if that makes sense. Where it's like they're hitting their
I do get what you mean.
They're hitting lightsabers. They're not trying to actually kill each other. That's why the saber fights in the original are so much better, because you can tell Luke and Vader are actually actively trying to kill each other.
Yeah, some of it is a little bit cringy, at just how basic it is, though. Like, like
Luke
the actors literally just like...
Luke was Obi-Wan was old, and Vader's maimed, and Luke wasn't even a Jedi.
Yeah.
So you can kind of that. But I do agree with you. This is
if
really
you do
cool.
look at a lot of it, though, it does look like they are trying to hit each other. See, it's all they're trying to hit low, high, low,
That's
high.
That's because it's like a short scene, whereas it with the long, drawn-out ones, it does look a bit choreographed.
Yeah. Because a lot of it as well, I know with samurai fighting as well, is to break the stance as well. Especially they're fighting 2-on-1, so if it does look like that, he might be trying to open it up for Qui-Gon because they're in sync fighting.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying as well. But see the fake, see the
That's cool.
Obi-Wan fake.
See that bit there? If they just both retracted their lightsabers and just went through it, they could have cut his head off.
Yeah. You wouldn't have got that fantastic snare shot though.
But how cool would that be if you saw
make
that
him smile
in like slow motion? That move.
That would be cool.
Like retracting your lightsaber and then letting it in.
We don't have time for this, Captain. I'll literally just be like, love,
sorry,
shoot, love. We're in the middle of something here, lovely.
Ever the masochist, Jack. Just calling the Queen love.
Oi, princess. Oh, he's got the back. He's got the rear naked choke. Oh, nearly.
Just letting the rounds fly. See that Jar Jar's
Oh,
winning.
it's a Halloween.
Yeah, he's winning by being a fool. And it's like, what does that
Yeah,
say
this
about
is
your
what I mean, yeah.
characters?
Make him slaughter him.
Slaughter them. Kill the younglings.
I swear they didn't have this. I swear they didn't have that.
Oh god!
Oh no.
I swear they didn't have that many pilots at the start.
No, they're like 6, didn't they?
Yeah.
Not Porkins.
This is terrible. I love it how he just casually flies like
Yeah.
that, and people with families, children, are getting blown to pieces, and he's like, "This is really
tense.
fun."
This is pod racing. See, he's like, he's winning by being a fool.
It's stupid, and there's people just like dying. Like, "Tell my family I love him."
The deflector shield is too strong.
Just there, like, oh god.
It's like that guy in Return of the Jedi. He's like, just crashes into the bridge of that Star Destroyer, and he's like, ah.
Yeah.
Just cut to Anakin, like, this is fun.
This is tense.
I'll try spinning.
That's a cool trick. Like, it's just to hit. It's a trick. He's in a war situation here.
Oh, you go. Here she is again. This is taking too long. Oh, look at that round voice! That wrist. That's a Red Dead. That's that Mika. That was that Mika Bell revolver.
Mika.
Do you see the guys below the window? Just like, oh God's sake, just getting shattered with glass.
They should all slip.
Yeah. Oh, that gives me vertigo. This bit.
They actually did this.
What in the boo?
Yeah, nah. You know that rappel bit up like that.
That's cool though.
They were like, let's go to Naboo.
So that's why I like this one, because some of it is like, it looks real. This bit looks real.
Yeah.
It looks like they're actually on the side of a building.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, getting that hard scope.
And that's always set. None of that's green screen. Well, probably the statue at
The
the back
back,
is. Yeah.
the background. Yeah, that bit's faded off.
Yeah.
That's probably like some weird hole in like Buckingham.
And this, like, what is? So they're in the engine room, and this you want us to believe that this planet can't survive without 2 days of water and food.
They're in an engine. This is what? An
This is
engine?
the-
I like this. Oh, I see that too here. Oh,
This is like the power core or something.
This was the core they were supposed to go to at the start of the movie.
The planet core.
This was the planet core.
Yeah, I think this is like the reactor room or something for the powers of the city.
Double
because
jump.
it is weighted, isn't it? The sword is actually weighted. I remember seeing something. I can't remember what it was. People were talking
Really?
about how it's not. Yeah, I remember. I can't remember what it was from. I don't know. I think it might have been George Lucas talking about it. That they do have weight to them, so it does carry like a sword.
I thought it was because you use the force to control it. That's
Yeah,
why
I'm not sure
non-force
the thing
users
of
can't
it.
use a lightsaber. Because your power.
really?
But I thought it was
What,
like,
like Finn?
yeah, I know. But I thought it was like you have to be in tune with the force to be able to use a lightsaber. Otherwise, you just cut your own head off.
Yeah.
So what are these?
Force fields.
Why?
Use the dark side to control it, and now
Yeah, but what are they?
Qui-Gon's going to meditate himself
I
out of it.
remember seeing a fan theory here that him knowing that he's going to die here. I can't
Who,
remember what it
Qui-Gon?
was. It was something. Yeah.
And he's just accepting
It's-
it now.
Yeah, he's basically preparing himself because he's going to die.
And so, because he dies and his body doesn't disappear, but then in number 3, Yoda's like, oh, I made contact with Qui-Gon, and that's who Obi-Wan's been talking to. Between number 3 and 4, he's been talking to Qui-Gon, but if his body doesn't disappear, how does he become one with the Force? But you could say in that moment, that's when he
So
becomes
does he go
one.
to Helheim or does he go to Valhalla? Like he doesn't have a proper
Helheim.
burial.
But
He
you
goes
could,
to Sovereign Guard.
you could say that Sovereign Guard.
Sovereign Guard.
You could say that part where he's meditating is him like channeling his essence into the Force, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So-
could. Yeah.
But yeah, going back to my point, what are those dividers for?
Plot armor.
For plot.
Like, it's
There we
got
go.
to sit. Yeah, it's got to sit. Yeah, there you go, George. Make it red.
Yeah. Make them divided. And they're 5. Like, if it was just like one door, that'd be fine. But there's 5.
Add another one.
Yeah.
Instead of editing, they're just there
do
like,
it.
please no more. Don't make me do another one. We don't have time. It's like, add another one.
Yeah, someone animated that. Someone animated Jar Jar slipping in the poopy.
Oh, no, you can tell they're just sitting there like depressed.
Yeah, I know.
Stepping in the poopy.
This is like the scene in Return of the King with them cutting at the
really
ankles.
is.
But these came out at the same time as Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers, and you look at the CGI in those, it looks so much better.
Do you know what?
Like
If you watch
Gollum.
Return of the King, the CGI obviously you can tell it's old, but it holds up all right. It actually does.
The Two Towers and Attack of the Clones came out in the same year, I think, 2002. And you look at those two, it just goes to show that practical effects are 10 times better than early 2000s
Return of the King
CGI.
2005, isn't it?
2003.
I believe. 3, yeah.
They came out 2001, 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
The 2005 was Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dates aren't so good on
Only
non-horror.
for the horror. See, like, just get back to Darth Maul.
Yeah, but you're just waiting there like, what's going on? They've just been there that long. I've been awkward, you know, you're just there like, you alright, mate? It's just like, you alright, yeah.
Well,
I'm having a little rest, alright?
It's been a while.
He's meditating and praying.
He's praying.
Important business.
Sam Paimon is with him, and his
Usual.
familiars will guide him.
Obi-Wan, use your speed run.
What do you reckon, Will? Is he just going to stop halfway through and go, do the click?
See, Obi-Wan could use his speed run then.
I know, don't.
He's saving it, isn't he, Sam? He's
Make
still
him slow. Oh, look at that spin round. Look. You see what I mean? The weight of it parries it and like throws it. Like, oh, this is so good.
Oh.
That's that nut instantly his face. Look.
Oh. He's got lovely blue eyes. See him.
Make him die.
I was about to call him Ray Maul. Darth Maul.
Ray Maul.
Hello, this is Ray Maul.
I'm gonna slice you.
Why are they stuck in the bodies up like?
Jesus, there's a bit dark in it. Burning them.
Not giving up, General Jaja.
Putting the gun in his mouth. He's so scared.
He can't even hear it. He's like, oh.
He's crying.
That got really dark then. Behind us. The mouse
pulling her fingernails out to sign the treaty. She's still no reaction. She's just there like, I will not sign it. My people. That noise.
Now there are two of them.
This one's a decoy.
They all leave.
Drop, don't they? Captain, the Glock.
How cool would it be?
That's a little snub nose, isn't it? You know, like a little ankle one.
What if it was like a proper like Earth pistol?
I would have loved that.
Everyone's got like laser guns. He just pulls out like a
Captain Mach 11. He just
gets like an LMG.
I'd love for them to pull out a little weapon, like a little switchblade, you know, like that, and like just like go at them, like drop.
The Nemoidians, they got like a knife in their shoe.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Oh, I'm gonna go at Sam like that.
It is good. I do like it. Oh,
that is fantastic choreography. Oh,
everyone's got very shiny boots.
Oh, look that bit there. Oh, the parry, split, teep. That teep.
So, what lightsaber would you guys have? What color?
Blue or green?
Yep.
I'd like a yellow one.
Oh, blue or green, Sam. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh.
Out of blue or green, which one did you have?
Maybe white. I don't know.
Oh, and he cheats. Oh, cheater. Maybe white.
He was like, which one would you have? Blue or green?
It's just so indecisive, isn't it? Like, it's just like thoughts just slowly go through, just leaving instantly and forgetting instantly.
Out of blue or green, which one would you want?
What, Sam? What is it? Out of purple or red? Yeah, no.
Maybe white. I'd have green. I'd have green all day.
Probably blue.
That green lightsaber I just showed was I made that at Disney World.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's like a lightsaber building section.
Wait, is that one of the new ones?
No, it's like the one before that one.
Oh, you've seen that new one
like
where it's literally pay like don't.
It's ridiculous. Imagine you took your kids there. You got like 3 kids, and they all want to do it. That's $300.
You got like a £300 redneck there. Like, if you got the green crystal, put this in here. That's an extra $50. You're just there like, this is awful. This feels good.
My sister went into Universal. My little sister, she was like 10 at the time, and they did the Ollivander One Shop, and she got picked. And they're like, this Wanda's like a display. They're like, this Wanda's for you, and they had like the whole display, and she was like waving it, and the drawers were flying out. And they're like, this Wanda's made for you. And then they went, now take this into the next room. And then it was like, that'd be $50, please.
Oh, no.
And it was just, and they're like, you kind of have to buy it then, because it's like your kid's been like gone through the process of
Yeah,
having the
they know
wand
what they're
chosen
doing
for
there.
you.
Trust me, the ones in
Yeah.
Florida went to. They know what they're doing.
And it wasn't like it's for every person. It was like a room of 20 kids, and she got picked to come up at the front and wave this wand around and have the drawers fly open.
She was part of the scam. She
Yeah.
was the first one to get scammed. It's just a random bloke.
But
It was a stick.
think how much money that place makes. Surely you'd give that one to that kid for free. Like, what if you couldn't afford it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, didn't they say like all the Disney World ones at the moment, being closed, they're losing like 15 million a day. They calculate just from like stuff.
Give it 50 years, they'll be presidents of the world.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
President Mickey.
Oh, there you go. Look at him. He's like,
Yeah.
kill him. You would just kill him.
Yeah, he's a bit far away, but
You could force push him off. But he doesn't.
I've read somewhere that the reason why Obi-Wan knows to cut Anakin in half is because he did that move to Darth Maul.
Oh.
So Darth Maul was Obi-Wan, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I never noticed that he was cut in half. I thought
Yeah.
he literally just slashed him and stomach.
He survives
He
that,
doesn't
though.
die though.
He survives that. He's in the Solo,
Yeah, I know the Han Solo one.
Han Solo
yeah.
film.
And it's actually confirmed, isn't it? Like it's part of canon that he was waiting for Obi-Wan. You see that when they fight again.
Well, he's in the Clone Wars cartoon as well. He's got like little robot-y legs.
And then he just gets killed by Obi-Wan with one strike.
Yeah. Yeah, so this scene is the only reason why Obi-Wan trains Anakin. Like, it should be Obi-Wan if they want to do the childhood of Anakin one, Obi-Wan should have found him. And Obi-Wan should have been desperate to train him.
Yeah. It is good. I do like it. It's really good music and really good choreography. And
It's like
I just felt I hate the forced comedy and the CGI is just dreadful in this one.
it's like the bones. Like I said, George is a good storyteller. The bones of a good story are there. And he apparently had the idea for this in like the 70s, and he decided to go for episode 4 first. It's like the idea. That's why number 3 is the best one, because I think that's the story he knew in his head what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he had to make another 2 films, but he didn't have to. He could have just made number 3.
Yeah.
Like, you know, make me rich.
I want money.
There's the Imperial Guards at the back. They're red in number 6. They're blue there for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's meant to be his dad. His Force dad.
That walk.
Yeah. That's the look of a man who's just been elected Supreme Chancellor. He's got that weird hat on again, that hose.
A slug.
Yeah.
Looks like a hedgehog or something. Like people have the
I love the little swipe fade away cuts.
Oh yeah,
you know.
it's like by number 3, it's ridiculous. You get like
Oh,
10
look at that
squares.
CGI. Jesus. Look at Ewan McGregor just looking at nothing while acting. Just there, like.
Well, it would have been a puppet, wouldn't it? In the originally,
Yeah.
method acting.
Frank Oz.
We've got a lot to say about Lord of the Rings with The Hobbit, if we ever do The Hobbit, about Ian McKellen working with it.
Yeah. So he's like, and Yoda's like, I sense great danger in the boy, but if you say Qui-Gon wanted to train him, fine.
So the plot twist is Qui-Gon was actually a Sith because he set this up and he knew this would happen.
No, I don't believe that. Because he's talking to Obi-Wan in number 3.
He's more of a grey Jedi as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Qui-Gon, yeah.
Everyone says he's a rogue and stuff, but he never comes across as like foolish.
Mm.
It would have been cool to see like Qui-Gon as the master and both Obi-Wan and Anakin were just his apprentices from the start. And they were like kind of competing with each other to see who's the best, and that's how they became friends.
Yeah. There you go, they got a barbecue going.
They're just burning him in front of Anakin.
They
Like,
just are, and everyone's just staring at him and getting burned.
that would be horrible. First, it would smell like pork. Secondly,
That would genuinely be dreadful, that smell, burning flesh. And then just there, like, Anakin, stay and smell it. It's
and look at
important for you.
look at his face just melt in front of all of them. Just wrap him up in something, and it's even indoors. It's not even. It's like in a tower.
It's in a little hut. Like, that's gonna be. That's a proper barbecue.
Yeah,
That's like a stone baked pizza. Like every day, it's gonna cook nice.
Then they're gonna walk out of there. We're gonna stink of rotten flesh.
The master, the apprentice.
And then it just pans to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was still, when I was younger, I was just like, yeah, I do wonder who it is. Like, I didn't even get a hint there. Like
Is that a bit of foreshadowing by George Lucas? How did he make? I think he did that by accident.
He did that. Imagine that. But they'd probably ask him. There's a good bit of foreshadowing there. What?
Look, there's the people.
Yeah, it's over now.
They're finding it out. They look like, that literally looks like a North Korean parade, doesn't it? They're like, smile, cheer, and have fun.
What is that glowing orb? It's like that thing, that picture of Trump and all those people with like the hands of the thing.
It's the Palantir.
Yeah.
It's like Pippin holding it, like, oh.
We haven't seen Christopher Lee yet, so Saruman.
Saruman.
Is that Warwick Davis again?
Look at that CGI. That is honestly dreadful.
Who's this guy? Pink Yoda.
Some of these,
pig.
these Jedi we never see again.
Yeah. Or if you do see him in number 2, they just get cut down like butter.
What is that?
It's a peace orb. He's just like, what am I going to do with this?
It's an atom bomb. He just smashes it on the floor.
It just ends.
Bigger bang.
Boss nacios de boomer. So that's a little creepy because it's like she's 15 and he's like 8.
Well, she looks like a really grown adult
What?
as Queen.
She doesn't.
Well, in the
She still looks
costumes,
very young, Sam.
written and directed by George
Sam's
Lucas.
just like, that's an opinion.
I always thought she was about 18, 19.
I think she's meant to be like 14 in this one.
Yeah, well, like, she is. I think she is about 14 in it, and I think she is supposed to be about 14 in it.
And then there's like 5-year difference because I think in number 2 Anakin's 18 and she's like 23 or grown much more beautiful. I mean,
Oh yeah, don't. You'd have been a perfect Anakin, Will.
I think I would have.
Yeah. my
But,
my editing skills
actually-
have doubled since the last time we streamed.
Count.
Jack would be Boss Nass.
Boss Nat.
You are going for a deep planet core. There we go. The best piece of music. It's good how
Chewy.
he made new songs for this. He didn't just reuse the ones from the original
Yeah.
trilogy. He just made new ones, and they're amazing.
He had a lot of time.
I guess he did. Apparently, came up for the idea for Jewel of the Fates on the toilet. The best piece of music.
Was it like the bowl, the splash bat, like was like splashing and making all the noise? It's like each nugget like splashing against the water.
God's sake. So that's the Phantom Menace. Is that the first time you guys have probably watched that in years?
Yeah, it is. I can't remember the last time I saw that. A good few years.
I will be honest, that was quite tedious.
Yeah, it didn't age well, did it?
Because when I said like I watched those Red Letter Media reviews, the last time I watched it, I would have been like 11, and I watched it again when I was 18, and I'm thinking like they were good, and then I watched it again, and I thought when I was 18, like there is a lot of problems in these films. You don't realise it when you're young, and I was obviously watching it through rose-tinted glasses.
Who's Sio Bibble? I mean, that's just come up.
Oh, I know who that is. I know who Cy Booper is, but I can't remember his name. I can't remember who he is though. I just recognise the name.
That's what I mean. It's like, he was like,
I get scared with.
He's the guy who's like, we must make contact. You must, you know.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
oh, that guy.
He's dead, isn't he?
Probably after this film.
Wait, I think he died of COVID, didn't he? I think there was a Star Wars. I think that was him.
Really? He's in the second one though, but
don't hold it to me. He might.
I'll Google it.
Might see this and kick off. Or it's one of. Oh no, I think it's one of the actors from the new Star Wars.
Just Googling that, see what comes up. Yeah, it was in the new one.
Yeah, it's the guy from the new one. Yeah, sorry, whoever that was.
Oh, he was the dialect coach. I think did he do Lord of the Rings as well? He taught them how to yeah, because I'm pretty sure he taught them how to do like Elvish and stuff. And then he died because I remember all like I think it's like Liv Tyler was all like, oh no, sad he went.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I can't remember. It may not have been, but he was definitely Star Wars. Any funny names in the thing? No, Meg Spears. Screenface. Oh, I thought it was just a person's name.
Yeah.
So what did you think, Sam, after watching it?
Wigs by wig specialties.
After a few years of not watching it, what do you think?
I could understand its criticisms.
White. Yeah.
I'm scared to watch Clone Wars again now because I obviously know it's not that good. But that after that, like that did not look good. Like it just doesn't look good. Like I'm worried a bit about Revenge of the Sith because I'm worried about
Revenge of the
films,
Sith is still good.
looking back.
I watched Revenge of the Sith a few months ago, and it's still good.
Okay, good.
It's still good because it's a lot more. It's still so
Same
CG,
with like Lord of the
but-
Rings. I never get scared of it because mainly the third one's very heavy CGI, but done fantastic. The rest of it's so practical. Just like even the characters like Uruk-hai, the orcs.
It's all dark as well, isn't it? So like number 3, there's not really many dark scenes, as in like nighttime scenes.
Nah, yeah, like Peloton Fields and that.
Yeah. So yeah, you're saying, Sam, you can understand the criticisms, but
Yeah,
just still
I
enjoy
get
it.
why people were annoyed. Yeah, it's all right. It's not. It's not. I'd give that a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's the thing.
6
And but
Nice.
at max.
you got to understand when you see that. Imagine seeing this in the cinema after.
Yeah, if I'd seen it in 1999 or whatever, I'd have been like, oh, 7.
That's the thing. Everyone like gave this on huge reviews, and then after a few months, everyone was like, "It's kind of bad." like that's how I kind of felt with Force Awakens. I watched it and I was like, "That's amazing," and after a few months, I was like, "It was good." Like, it wasn't amazing, but yeah, I mean, I'm just so glad I didn't see this in 1999. I'm glad I saw this when I was like 4 years old and just loved the lightsabers.
Yeah.
Because that means it's cemented itself as a part of my childhood, and like it made me Star Wars obsessed.
I'll give that a 5 out of 10 as well. And I
5.
think that's purely from the fights
I'll give it a 5
and the
as well.
music.
Like it is.
All right, so we started off
dull.
good. This is the first one we've seen.
Well, I
We
think Attack of the
started
Clones is
quite low.
worse
Yeah.
because
You
well, I
might
guess
be
we'll get to
right.
it. So it's filmed in Leavesden,
This is
England.
Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Master Cypher-Diaz. Master Cypher-Diaz has been dead for years.
If the file's not there, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. Like maybe someone deleted it. Nope. How embarrassing.
You get to meet Django Fett.
Oh yeah. And now I
quite good.
talk like a New Zealander in Empire Strikes Back.
Boba Fett.
So 1999. So this is a 21-year-old film.
Wow.
Crazy. Anyone want to add anything else? We'll get into the.
21 years before that, it was 1978.
So if you think about the time between this and
Yeah.
now, and the time between Return of the Jedi and this, more times passed between now and when this film came out.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Nuts.
Qui-Gon. Well, mine's finished. Anyone want to add anything?
Yeah, mine's finished.
Just mainly that I just think there's mainly my main draw from that is that CGI was dreadful.
Yeah.
That honestly does not hold up well whatsoever. Watching that, they could have done that at night. That
Yeah.
thing you seen on Naboo, he could have disguised it a little bit night. That green everything you said, it just it's too
like a
much.
screensaver.
It was. It was just so. It was so bad.
Well, George was a proponent of special effects and bringing in the best at the time, but it obviously wasn't ready. I think George is the first
Yeah.
ever CGI character.
Really?
Full CGI character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Originally it was going to be Ahmed Best with a CGI head, but they went full CG. Yeah. And you want to add anything, Sam?
That's an interesting fact. I didn't know that.
No.
Oh,
I don't really know what else to add. Really.
fair enough. Well, we got plenty more to add next week and the week after, so collect your
Great
thoughts.
acting by David Seaman.
And on that note, well, everyone, thank you for listening to our commentary for Phantom Menace. Me and the lads
Yeah.
will be back with Attack of the Clones next time. May the Force be with you.